far so good. That's good. All right. Hello, everybody. I don't know if I'm going to use the previous part on the live replay, but in any case, hello, everybody. Welcome to another live stream of a Thinking Pack. I'm keeping an eye on the network dropped frames this time. For some reason, it bottlenecked the network somehow, which never ever happens. So that's really weird. But in any case, we are trying. Okay, what was I going to say? Yes, we are trying a Thinking Pack Modpack update. We are testing out a work-in-progress update that I've been working on. It's supposed to be like a 1.1.2 thing. No, 1.1.0 thing going on. The idea is, basically, we're trying to fix this frame rate issue we've been having, is the main thing, but also we're adding a few mods, like adding extreme reactors, most likely. All of this is subject to change, right? But working on a 1.1 update, the idea is adding extreme reactors, adding Hunger and Peace mod, adding a few other mods, possibly storage drawers, things like that, and also a whole bunch of performance mods that are specifically designed to handle the performance, which is why they're called performance mods. That just makes sense, right? So hopefully we're going to fix... And I think I found, by the way, for those of you guys who are wondering about this frame rate issue that we've been having, I think I found pretty conclusively, of course, subject to change. So pretty conclusively subject to change doesn't really fit in the same sentence. But anyway, I think I found pretty conclusively what the problem is with the frame rate that we've been having. And we're in a test copy of a Thinking Pack right now because we're setting all this up. But pretty conclusively, it seems that the issue is overcapacity on the RAM. Why do I say that? Well, because we're consistently at least 1 gigabyte overcapacity. So I have 8 gigabytes of RAM in, whoa, okay, multiple things going on at once. One is that the speakers are way too loud. You guys might have heard an echo. Second thing is that we have monsters on, which shouldn't be on here either. So let's go ahead and turn that off. But basically, we're consistently over capacity on the RAM. We're consistently, let's turn off bobbing because, consistently at least 1 gigabyte over our 8 gigabyte RAM stick, and as many as 4 gigabytes over. So we can hit, oh, no, actually, 5 gigabytes over sometimes. Yeah, like 1 to 5 gigabytes over capacity on the RAM, almost always. At the moment, we're 1 gigabyte over. What I mean by that is, Lieutenant says, Discord bot posted the live announcement twice because of the OBS restart. Okay, that is good to know. Good to know indeed. So, what we are doing today, we are testing this Thinking Pack update that is not actually out yet. It's a work-in-progress update. The idea is, so at the moment we have our chunk render distance at 16. The idea is, because we're over capacity on the RAM, that seems to be the biggest issue. If I identified it right, that seems to be the only issue, because the CPU frequently, the GPU is running between 20 and 40%, so it's like hardly being used. The CPU is running between like 40%, 30 and 50%, somewhere around there. And the RAM is consistently over capacity. So what we're doing this time, if you can see in the top right over here, memory, the maximum memory allowed is 1 gigabyte of RAM that we've allowed right now. So usually we run it with Minecraft being allowed 2 gigabytes of RAM. That makes Minecraft run within itself comfortably. So basically what this is how much the program is allowed to have, this 956 over here. That's how much the program is allowed to use. That doesn't measure your system's physical capacity and how much your computer can actually handle. That just handles how much Minecraft is allowed to use. So typically I have it running at 2 gigabytes. A lot of mod packs are typically running, like your bigger mod packs, maybe like 4, maybe 5 gigabytes of RAM allowed for Minecraft alone. But we limited this to 2. Now I've limited it down to 1. So a mere 1 gigabyte, and it seems in my testing that the frame rate actually improved when we limited it down to 1. Now, the only reason I'm able to do this is because of all the stuff that's been added into the mod pack. So in this work in progress update, we have a whole bunch of mods. I'm just going to go ahead and list them for you guys really quickly. Lupseni says a lot of mod packs are bigger than a thinking pack. That is very true. That is very true. Some of these mods that I added actually cut down. Lupseni says thus why they need more RAM. That is true. Yeah, a lot of these mods actually cut down the amount of RAM required, which is very nice. So the only reason we're able to fit this in 1 GB, because I tried doing a gigabyte with the standard thinking pack, and it froze and didn't work. There were some other differences that I had at the same time, so I'm not positive that it's because of the RAM, but you can see as it is, we're running pretty close to the limit, so yeah. Anyway, so I'm just going to quickly list off a whole bunch of the mods, and most of them, Lupus590, they're from the list that you sent me, that you found online, of some mods that fix frame rate and things. Basically, I went through the list, and I installed every single mod that had an open source license, okay, is basically what I did. So, and then there's a few actual gameplay mods that I added as well. So just very quickly the list, and this, of course, is subject to change, because it's not actually out, this update's not out yet for the pack. So this might change, and I'm hoping today, the goal of today is to actually adjust, because most of these have configs and things, and if we can adjust it to maybe work better, use even less RAM, something like that. I don't know what half of these config options do. So we're going to be testing some things. If you guys happen to notice anything that can help to improve the RAM usage, then we can go ahead and fix that, try that today. That's the idea. It's an experimentation day. But anyway, list of the mods. So updated a few of them, updated Computer Craft Tweaks, updated Xcompressum, Just Enough Items, Galactic Craft, and updated Forge, actually. So updated Forge to a new version, which might change a few things, depends. But those are the updates. But then we get to the installed mods. Lupus says, according to the Minecraft website, Java Minecraft requires 4 GB of RAM minimum, so currently you are fitting a bigger game in less space than what it should fit in. That's interesting. I didn't know that they actually recommended 4 GB for Minecraft. That's like, wow. Yeah, that's... or is that 4 GB of hardware RAM or of Java allowed RAM? That's the question. Speaking of fitting it in a small box, you'll notice render distance is limited, so it doesn't actually allow us to use 32 chunks. So that's a difference of when you have Minecraft allowed at 2 GB, this version gives you the 32 chunk option. If you limit it to 1 GB, it only gives you a 16 chunk option. So we're kind of limited in our render distance, which is interesting. But, so I don't know if there's a way to fix that by making the mods more RAM efficient or something. Liftonated says, recommended is 8 GB, 4 is the minimum. Wow. Is that for the Java allowed RAM or for the system RAM? Because I'm guessing that system RAM is what they're referring to, but I don't know. I don't know, but here's a bunch of mods added. So, very quickly listing them. Better FPS, Vanilla Fix, I think that was the one of the main ones that cuts the RAM usage, I think. I kind of went and installed them. I read them all. When you sent me the list the first time, well, the first time, you only sent it once, but when you sent it, I looked at it the first time and sort of looked through, got an idea what the different mods do. That was like a couple months ago, and then this time I just basically went through and checked if it was open source, I installed it, so I kind of got confused as to which mod was which. But anyway, installed Better FPS, installed Vanilla Fix, installed Foam Fix, installed Phosphor, the Forge version, which speeds up lighting, which is nice. Installed Tick Dynamic, installed Surge, installed Clumps, installed Fast Furnace, Fast Workbench, and then those are the main speed up mods. And then also installed Extreme Reactors for nuclear reactors, installed Compact Drawers, Storage Drawers, Just Enough Energistics, which is a NEI add-on mod, and installed Hunger and Peace, and installed Vein Miner. So those are the ones that we're trying today. We have a whole list of performance mods to try, and we're going to see how this runs. This, by the way, one other big difference between last stream and this one. Lupzonade says system RAM, I believe, is the norm, but the expectation is that the game will use a significant amount of it. That's a good point, sir. That is a good point indeed. So, another difference is that last week, so when you guys are comparing frame rates compared to what we had last week versus this week, last week we were on the server, and this week we're running everything local. So the server means that we can offload part of the load of running the mod pack onto a server so that a computer has to do not as much. That's what the server thing does. This week we're running everything local for testing because of the way the server works. You have to install each mod individually. You can't grab the pack, which means that it's going to be quite a big deal to try to get them installed. I didn't even check if all of them are available for that server setup or not, so that's kind of a thing. But as it is, so running everything local, so we will get some lower frame rates just because of that. But here we have, here's the debug pie. So one big thing, let's see if I can actually shrink, or rather increase the size of that. No, it doesn't change the debug pie size. That's weird. Wait, does it if we exit this menu? No, it doesn't. Okay. There is a zoom in setting that I have in OBS for you guys so you can see this. Let's see, where is it? Zoom Minecraft. I think that's it. Possibly. I think, hang on. I changed the way Minecraft is captured, and it seems to have changed. Ah, there we go. Okay, so it should be zoomed in momentarily. No? Where's the zoomed version of this? There should be a zoomed in version. Unless it's just that this is off the screen, so it's too small. Hang on, hang on. This thing should be zooming it in. It's not capturing the window properly, which is weird. Okay. Anyway, that's weird. So I will just explain the. Whoop, hello. Okay, I will just explain this debug pie to you guys. Oh wait, is it actually zoomed in? Hang on. No, it's not. I don't know what happened to it. Okay, let's set this up again then. Let's remove, or let's transform this fit to screen. No, it's just. Oh wait, it's in the back. Wait. No, it's not in the back. Hang on. It says that the Minecraft is showing up in the bigger version on screen, but there's nothing there. That's weird. Livestream says also the idea goal is to have the mod pack running locally as it's more convenient for you. That is true. Trust me, if you get into proper computer craft programming, you will want to be able to edit stuff outside of Minecraft, and having the files on your machine makes that a lot easier. That's true. Whoa, there's 2 copies of a hand. Okay, so we're doing something here. But that is true, and it's doubly true because there's 2 copies of my hand. But in any case, one nice benefit of the server is I was able to play with it on my downstairs computer as well, which was nice in the heat. Although we have an air conditioner not yet installed upstairs yet, but it is here, so the heat shouldn't be as much of an issue in the future. But let's go ahead and add Minecraft here. Add a game capture. What is it that we use on the normal Minecraft scenes? Let me see. Okay, we have. Nope, let's go to this scene. We're trying to get this zoom thing to work. Properties. Game capture. Okay, Minecraft game capture. So, let's head to the zoom scene again. Okay, and then add Minecraft game capture. Here we go. Now we should see. It doesn't appear to be filling the screen for some reason. Fit to screen. Yeah, I don't know why it's just not showing up. Just nothing is showing up in it. Which is really weird. Because it was working before. Unless if I hit full screen, does it then suddenly work? Oh, okay. So now it suddenly works because now I hit full screen. So explain that. But anyway, we're going to go into here and then we're going to zoom. And so now you guys should be able to see the debug pie slightly easier. Okay, there we go. This would be the debug pie that we are zoomed into, and I think we need to actually... Hang on. Reset transform. There we go. There we go. Now we can deal with this easier. So move this over like that. Grow the size. There we go. Now you guys can read it. All of that to say that basically here we have a change from previously. So we have this here, game renderer. So we were having problems previously with, especially with textures. We were having some difficulties with textures before, and now you can see that doesn't appear to be much of an issue. Let's double check this. So game renderer, check the details on game renderer. Level is using most, then GUI, then unspecified, and then ooh, mouse. Interesting. Didn't know that had an entry there. Let's check on level. So entities. So I don't see textures on the list anywhere, and I do see that this is off the screen. So let's just go back into here and move it up. There we go. There we go indeed. So actually, to get a good reading on this, let's remove that other FPS meter. That'd be the wrong one. There we go. Okay. So let's head back to the main level. So you can see game renderer there, tick is second. Game renderer, inside that we have level is using most of it. And then we have entities, and then terrain. And then terrain setup, interesting. Okay, so entities, we have block entities are using a lot. And entities generally are using a fair amount. So we could improve that. There's a lot of configs for all of these mods, as I was saying earlier, so we can try to improve some of that. So, but block entities, what does that consist of? Unspecified, and then Minecraft sign, excompressum auto sieve. Interesting. We are using, let's go over to here momentarily. Because if we go in here, how many autosieves do we have? Because we are in a test world, we're not in a regular world. Autosieves we have, sorry, did it say autosieves? Or did it say the sieves, the regular sieves? That's the question. Sieves, where's the zoom? There we go, there's the zoom, and it's again not showing up. Oh, because we're not in full screen. Okay. Loops finally says, I would say not to worry about the debug pie if the FPS is acceptable. That's a good point. The issue is... Okay, our zoom thing broke again. I don't know what's going on with this zoom thing, but let's go back to normal. The issue with it is that it's sort of acceptable. It seems to be somewhat okay. We've got 30 FPS inside. We have been getting a few lag spikes, though, I think. Let's check this. Oops, not the pi. We want the... There we go. FPS meter. Let's make sure that our video settings are all ideal. We want, ideally, to keep as much render distance as possible, because it's space. You kind of want to see in space. You kind of want to see... It says, but then again, hovering at 30 FPS is okay, but 60 would be nicer. That's true. As long as it stays at 30, we'll be okay. If we leave 30, then we'll not be okay too much. So that's kind of the thing. We have a whole bunch of autosieves in this mode, which is okay. So let's do some exploring, I think. Try loading some chunks and see how this goes. Oop, there we go. We got a lag spike for a moment. So, and I'm trying to keep an eye on the RAM in the corner as well. We are getting pretty close to the 1 GB limit. I think actually if we... Here's the thing. Let's bring it down to 8 chunks. That's very difficult to see anywhere in space, but once it adjusts to the 8 chunks, we should see... Oh, and the nice thing is that our system RAM hasn't increased at all like it usually does over the course of playing. So we're still only... Well, we still have committed 9.2 gigabytes of RAM out of 8, but we're actually only using... it shows, I don't understand this properly, but it shows 5.5 out of 7.9 that we're using. It's interesting. Lipsene says, I wonder if 1.5 gigabytes of RAM would help. That would be interesting. You can see here, though, we're getting really, really nice frame rates when we're on 6 chunks, which is nice. So we've got 60 FPS, 70 FPS, while we're looking at the main base. When we look away, 100, 133, 142, 158, this is the kind of FPS that we're looking for, really. 30 is acceptable, but yeah, this is what we're looking for, and this is working really nicely, and this is because we're on 8 chunks, which means that you can't see very far. That's a green wall, but we have not much distance that we can see. If we go ahead and increase it up to 16, then we're running pretty close to our RAM limit. But it's working pretty nicely, which is good. We're still staying somewhat above 30. We're staying at 40 at the moment, which is very nice. And the sun is over there, I believe, right? Nope, it's over there. Nope, it's over there. Okay, that's interesting. But we're staying sort of above 30, so that's okay. That is okay indeed. This is at 16 chunks with 1 gigabyte of RAM allowed. Now, Lupsani says, I wonder if 1.5 gigabytes of RAM would help. Let's test that. That is the next idea to test. That is a good suggestion. So, let's quit to title. Actually, I wonder if 1.5 will allow us to use 32 chunks. Maybe not, but we'll see. We'll see. So, let's go into Twitch Launcher and tell it to use 1.5 gigabytes of RAM. So 1518 is what it wants to use, so let's go ahead and try that. Now, something interesting is that in that article that you sent me several months ago from doing a random Google search, it said that one thing that can help a lot is changing your Java installation from whatever it was called, some sort of installation, changing it to OpenJ9. And so I tried that, and it's a little difficult to tell, though. A lot of people say that it helps incredibly. Now, with the Twitch launcher, it's very, very difficult to change your Java because it resets your settings all the time, the Twitch launcher does. It doesn't seem to grab the... I think the website was Adopt OpenJDK, don't quote me on that, but it doesn't actually grab that properly. The Twitch launcher does, and it resets your settings every time. So I had to use, instead of the Twitch launcher, Multi-MC. The nice thing is that it works very easily for handling Minecraft installations in there. I was able to download a thinking pack. The current published version, I was able to download that, but it wouldn't actually run within 1 gigabyte because it didn't have all these performance improvement mods. It was the actual published version at the moment. So this, to really test if the OpenJ9 thing will actually save RAM usage a lot, the way to test that is really I have to publish this and then go ahead and install it into Multi-MC. And then I don't know how to handle updates for handling the world, how to transfer the world over and not corrupt anything and keep all the config files the same and all that. I don't know how to handle that because it doesn't seem to, from what I heard, it doesn't handle, Multi-MC doesn't handle versions as well, from what I heard. But, yeah, that's an interesting thing. I don't know if you guys know anything about Multi-MC. It's a very popular launcher. I don't know much about it, though, so just kind of trying to learn on the fly is kind of the thing. That's kind of the thing. So, single player, let's join Test Asteroids World again. and we will see. We will see how this goes. We have tried expanding this up to 1.5 gigabytes of RAM allowed for Minecraft. We will see if that works or not. A little bit of lag on load, but that's okay. It says you should have an option to open the folder that the Twitch launcher and copy the files out into the multi-MC instance. Ooh! That's an interesting idea. That's an interesting idea. It says, I remember making a PowerShell script that does it. Okay, so if we could take this exact copy and copy it into multi-MC, that would be good. So, okay, we have 1.3 gigabytes allowed. We're struggling to reach 30. We're below 30. Do we actually have the option for 32 chunks? Oh, yes, we do. Okay, but as you can see, we're sort of okay. 17 FPS, 20 FPS. So that's just from adding an extra half gigabyte of allowed RAM. So yeah, that kind of... Oh, wait, that's also from having mobs on. There we go, let's go into peaceful. Ah, there we go, now we're above... okay, never mind, spoke too soon. In the 20s. That's... As long as it'll stay in the 20s, it's somewhat okay. In the 30s right now. Do we still get those incredible frame rates when we hit 8 chunks? That's the question. Okay. 47, 37, 51, 46. So this is what I was saying about the limit to 1 gigabyte of allowed RAM. This is what I was saying is a big frame rate difference. I don't know why. Although it seems to be somewhat okay. This is keeping around 60 on 8 chunks. 80, 117, 100, 121 looking over there, 130. Okay, so this is okay then. If it stays this way, that is very nice. Very nice indeed. Alright. Lipsonian says the multi-MC one seems to be work in progress, which probably means that I didn't get it working, but it does zip everything up. Well, the other version does. Okay. I'm thinking I might just try that just right now. See what we can accomplish on the multi-MC thing. Let's just go ahead and exit here. I'm going to try just doing a simple copy-paste. That should work. So... Oh yeah, so go to the Twitch folder where I have the Modpack installed. Open folder. Of course, every time we open something, it brings the system RAM usage up, and then it doesn't seem to go back down. Lieutenant says, also any multi-MC questions, feel free to ask me. It's my preferred launcher. Really? Okay. That is good to know. So basically, the main question would be, how do you handle updating mod packs from... If you copy things from the Twitch launcher, how do you handle updating mod packs? If I understand right, you have to kind of create a new version for everything in multi-MC. And then you have to copy the world over and the configs and make sure you have all the things. And I don't know how all that works. How all that works indeed. Okay, so... Okay, so we want to new add instance. There we go. So let's do work in progress. Thinking pack to update 1.1.0. Okay. Import from zip file. So what we'll need to do to get this working, we will need to actually... where is it? Okay, here is our current thinking back to folder. Copy that. Duplicate it. And then, of course, I don't know if it's a good idea to duplicate a folder while Minecraft is running it. It says multi-MC is all very manual. Just open the instance folder and you should see a .minecraft folder. This is the same as if the vanilla launcher was using the one in app data. How does it use the one in app data? That is the first question. Okay, let's zip this. How do you zip things? Okay, all the basic things that you think you know about a computer, and then you're like, wait, how do you zip a file? Okay, so 7-zip I think is the way to do it. Compress. So it has compress and email, and it has add to .7z. Oh, .zip. Okay, add to a .zip. Okay, I don't understand why they explain it so complicated. Why you can't just click the thing that says archive and then it archives it. But anyway. Okay, there we go. We now have a zip folder. So, seeing as we have a zipped folder, we'll delete this extra copy thing, and then we'll go ahead and move this zip into multi-MC. So here we go. Okay. Multi-MC, have it import from a file. Can you do a drag and drop? That's the question. That would make things a lot quicker, and then we could get to actually testing this. No, you can't drag and drop into multi-MC. Okay, so let's go ahead and find this thing then. That would be browse. We're gonna look for the Thinking Pack installation folder, which would be somewhere. Where is that? Where is that? That would be in the probably in the Twitch folder, Minecraft. Install, I guess? Nope, that's not it. That's not it. Twitch, Minecraft, instances, that's what it's called. Instances, that would be this zip thing. Open, there we go. Okay. Into multi-MC. It will do its thing. Not responding, probably means it's busy. Oh, extracting Modpack, that's good. Okay, I think we're going to quit the Minecraft right now so that we don't accidentally get two of them running and kind of fill up our RAM into swap and then not be able to undo that without restarting the computer. We don't want to have to do that. So, okay, downloading mods, nice. Okay, coming along very nicely indeed, and almost done, and it should be done soon. Let's actually quit the specified overrides folder. Overrides is missing. Maybe the mod pack was already used before. What? Is that a problem? Is that a problem? I ask the multi-MC, it doesn't answer. It doesn't answer. But okay, I don't even know what that means. But okay, let's see. Just quitting the Twitch launcher so that we don't have extra RAM usage. And now we will launch multi-MC and see how this goes. And I think I can delete this zip file now because we don't need it. Okay, multi-MC is on its way, opening the Thinking Pack test thing, and we will see how this goes. Oh, it actually grabbed it. Nice, and it happened to show up on the wrong desktop, I think. Yeah, it did. Okay, hang on. There we go. Okay, so OBS actually grabbed it, which is nice. It sees it as the same thing. Oh, it's actually allowed 2 GB of RAM right now, which is not good. I'm gonna have to limit that to 1, I think, so that it doesn't overdo the system capacity and slow everything down too much. The only time our CPU really hits 100% usage, and it doesn't do it for very long usually, but it's while we're doing things like loading Minecraft, loading things like that, it actually it goes up to 100 and then it goes down to 50 and then it goes up to 100 and it kind of alternates up and down. I'm gonna have to restart the Minecraft, but is it a good idea to force quit it? I think that might mess with things. We don't really want to force quit this while it's loading. That's kind of a concern, but we're halfway done at least, which is good. Okay. Finishing up. Nice. That's what we want to see. That is what we want to see. Okay, time to quit. We need... Wait, did that say 20 mods? Did that say 20 mods loaded? Hang on. I think that said 20 mods loaded. Let's just check. Where is... There's a thing, there's a button to show... the Minecraft instance folder. There we go. Okay, mods. We have... Oh, no, it looks like it has everything that we want. So, okay, what we're looking for is... We're gonna change the RAM allowed. We're gonna change it back down to 1 gigabyte. One moment, please. There we go. 1024. And play. Launch again. Okay. Here we go. It is launching once again. It is launching, and... I just installed MultiMC yesterday. It's saying something about an update. Huh? I'm confused. There's something about an update. But it's a lower number than what I have, so I don't know. I don't know, but anyways, we're coming along. Okay, so this... Oh. Lagged for a minute. Okay, so here's what happened yesterday, is that I tried loading through MultiMC with this other Java thing. With 1 gigabyte of RAM allowed, I tried loading a thinking pack, and it froze on load. But that was the original one without all these mods to reduce the RAM. So I think we probably just overcapacitied the 1 gigabyte of RAM. So with this, with all these mods that cut down the RAM usage, theoretically, it should actually load and it should work fine. That's the idea. Lipsony says, did you install a beta MultiMC and then change the setting back to the release setting? That is a good question, sir. Let's see, I have version 0.6.11-1430. I just kind of went on their website and found a download button that looked legitimate. Didn't really check the version. I don't think it was a beta. But, not sure. It's telling me to get 0.6.7 when I have 0.6.11. So which version do you have? Is that a beta or not beta? Okay, so it looks like... Wait, it says 20 mods loaded. Whoops, and we have a conflict of music. We have 2 different songs going on at once. Let's just, hang on. Music and sounds. Music down. Don't want that. Okay, video settings. Let's quickly change all of these. And like that. Particles minimal. GUI scale large. Render distance is allowed 32. Wait. Render distance is allowed 32 and we only have 1 gigabyte of RAM for the pack? Okay, this is gonna need to be tested. That's interesting. Bobbing off, clouds off, entity shadows off, VSync off, frame rate unlimited. Okay. Okay, let's see. Single player, create world, test world 1. Oh, wait a minute. I thought it copied the whole Minecraft folder over. So we should have our test worlds. So where are the test worlds? Let's check the instance folder. Saves. They're all there. So why... Okay, we have a couple of discrepancies. It says 20 mods. Pretty sure there's supposed to be like 30 or 40 closer to. If you look at the mods list, they actually are not there. Hang on. What's going on? Because we don't have better FPS. No, we don't. So what did it load? It loaded something that has no worlds. Even the other MultiMC test thing with the other pack had... Where's the instance folder? Even this had a test world in it. So we have, okay, let me just, hang on. What is, I think MultiMC was open source, right? Like, I think I can show it on camera, let me see. The license was... It's a MultiMC license. Okay, I don't know anything about that. So, but anyway, basically I have 2 instances of Minecraft in MultiMC. 2 instances, one of them is the Thinking Pack 2 that I tested, the actual proper version. And the other one is this test 1.1.0 thing. Both of them have worlds in the instance folder. This thing that we just loaded was supposed to be the test thing. It's missing half the mods as if it loaded the one that was the release pack, but that one I had a world in and it's not there. So, okay, explain what's going on there. That's weird. Lieutenant says making food at 10:25, so very late. Well, enjoy the food. Enjoy the food. Food is always a good thing to enjoy. So, okay, so I have no idea what's going on with this. Let's try loading this again. But let's try something very quickly here. We need to expand the RAM again. I'm gonna try loading the other Minecraft instance. And we'll see. Okay. Loading this other Minecraft instance. The one that's supposed to be the release pack, I'm supposed to have a test world in this. And so once it's loaded, it should actually show a test world. Theoretically. It should show only 20 mods and a test world, so I don't know why the other one didn't. We will see. I'm just trying to look through a bunch of settings, see if anything shows up. Loader mods. Okay, so in the one that was supposed to be the test pack doesn't actually have the other mods listed, which is an issue. And it doesn't have any worlds listed either, so not sure why that is. Shouldn't everything just get copied in? That would be ideal, but apparently something didn't work. So, okay. I think I just have to wait until it's been released. Because that's the... yeah, there's apparently no way to work this. So, in that case, what we're going to do is, after this is loaded, we're just going to confirm the theory by seeing if this has an actual test world in it. And if it does, then that confirms, or the theory is that it somehow didn't copy all the mods in yet because it was a random zip file that we made. It wasn't actually a proper release thing. So yeah, so we're gonna have to try to fix that by basically, yeah, okay, anyways, so next thing we're gonna do, once this is done, and we'll see if we have a world in this test thing. Actually, I do want to see, though, how this thing runs. Test world 1, okay. Let's see how this thing runs. This is with the other Java, the regular thinking pack, with the other Java, of course, everything running locally. And we'll see how this goes. Is it going to be any sort of a frame rate improvement? Of course, we do have the screen recorder running at the same time. So this is the regular pack without the performance improvement mods. Oh, and we also have some music coming. We don't want that. We don't want that. Let's set the video settings are all set. Okay. We'll set this on 16 chunks like we like it. And there we go. Okay. 8 frames per second. 7, 8, 13, 2, 1, 0. Oh, advancements. Not sure where that came. Oh, because I'm pressing the other side of the keyboard. Okay. Does this have auto jump on? Yeah, it has auto jump on. That is really annoying. But the main issue is that we have hardly any frame rate, although we do have mobs there. So let's turn them off, because they do take some processing power. So, okay, okay, 20, 30, that's fairly okay. Yeah. Okay, so apparently just having a better Java doesn't actually improve things enough. But let's just check, 8 chunks, there we go. Oh, 73, 77, nice, 42. Okay, so it does appear that all those frame rate improvement mods, it does appear that all those things actually helped a phenomenal amount, because here's a comparison. This is with a different Java installation that's supposedly faster. This is our regular pack, and you can see our frame rate there is really... Oh. Okay, there we go. Really struggling with frame rate at the moment, but it is running reasonably okay, but it's not running nearly as well as the other pack. So, yeah, okay, so let's go ahead and head back to the other pack. Let's do some testing on that thing. 105 frames per second while we're standing still, that's nice. The other one was getting 130 without the improved Java, so theoretically this is supposed to improve it, so we're gonna have to try this hopefully next week, possibly. We will see, but okay, time to shut this down. I'm gonna quickly, while we are loading the other Minecraft up, back to the test pack, the proper test pack here, and then we'll do some testing. But while it is loading, I'm gonna quickly try to do some reading of config files. Just some skimming the config files, seeing if anything can be improved. That's the thing. So, okay. Play, launch, good to go. So, okay, play this. Oh, actually, before we do that, just gonna do a quick thing. Just going to check Better FPS likes different algorithms. It likes different algorithms. I couldn't get the tester thing to work. It's got a test thing in the mods folder. If you open Better FPS jar, then you can have it, you can tell it. Let's just quickly do this momentarily. Better FPS. Oh, it's not actually... There's a glitch with some versions of Better FPS where it doesn't actually load anything. Oh, wait! No, it is loading. I forgot. Hang on. It is... There we go. It was loading. There's supposed to be a thing. Okay, let's let it load again. Restarting this. But there's supposed to be a thing with Better FPS where you can press a button and test which algorithm works fastest on your machine. Because Better FPS has a lot of algorithms you can choose from, so that's kind of the deal. So Better FPS installer, just waiting for it to load in the thing. There we go. Okay, test algorithms. Let's try that. Benchmarking algorithms. It says... Testing, 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 testing. Testing, testing, testing. Ah, there we go. Algorithm benchmark. Java math is slowest. Vanilla algorithm is fastest? Really? Benchmark again. And there's a button right here to change it right directly to the vanilla algorithm. Now, it wasn't fastest by much, but it was faster. Again. Okay, so to give you guys, let's see, can I actually show this on screen? It is on screen. Imagine that. Didn't even know that. Okay. What is that under? Minecraft full screen. Okay, so somehow it thinks that's Minecraft, but anyway. Let's just... If I make that bigger, it's gonna mess with Minecraft's size. Oh, well, simple solution. Let's try a different way of handling our zoom thing. Let's delete this here, but let's just take the whole thing, this thing, and expand the whole thing. There we go! Hello! Hello, greetings. Okay, let's, there we go. So you can see the algorithm benchmark. This is better FPS here. If you can read that, it's a little bit hard to read because let's just make it bigger. It's a little bit pixelated, so it might be a little hard to read. But basically, better FPS. This is the test to see the different algorithms. And it keeps flashing for some reason. Not sure why that is, but you can see. So here's the different speeds. So here's the different algorithms better FPS allows. Java Math takes 1647 milliseconds, and vanilla algorithm takes 620. It's actually the fastest vanilla algorithm is compared to, like, not by much, but by a little bit. No, it's not. No, it's not. The libgdx, I think is what it's called. libgdx is actually the fastest, come to think of it. 617. Okay, benchmark again. Benchmarking algorithms. So the libgdx again. Okay, so what does it say now? It says 620 is the fastest. Riven's half and Taylor's algorithm, but interestingly enough, they are pretty close. Everything is pretty close except for Java Math, which is interesting. Let's do it again. We get different scores every time we do it. We're trying to make this as fast as possible. And okay, now the fastest is 625, 623. Now vanilla is faster. Vanilla is now faster, which is interesting. Let's try that again. Benchmarking algorithms again. And is vanilla still going to be the fastest? Or close to the fastest? Oh, we now have... Oh, actually, Riven's algorithm's now the fastest. libgdx is second, and vanilla is third, but not by much. By just like 5 milliseconds slower. So okay, I think we can change it to vanilla algorithm. Let's do this benchmarking thing again. Let's set it to the vanilla algorithm and see. Let's see. Okay, this is... Nope, it wants to change it to Riven's algorithm now. Okay, so we have very similar scores. Taylor's algorithm, I think, is typically slower, at least on this machine. Riven's full is slower right now. Java Math is always so much slower every single test that we run, at least on this machine. This is why they have, by the way that I got to this, you can actually do this in Minecraft. I couldn't get it to work properly though, but the how I got to this was by opening, you go into your Modpack folder, your mods folder, and open the betterfps.jar thing, and then it takes a while to load anything, but then you click the test algorithms button, and then you're good to go. See, now vanilla algorithm is faster by 3 milliseconds, so it's pretty close. They're all pretty close. Taylor's is always slower, and Java Math is always incredibly slow, and now we're dropping frames on the network again. What's going on? What is going on? That is really, really weird. That never happens. Okay, change algorithm to vanilla and close. Okay. So close that. Okay. Now, time. Switch back to our main thing, and we've stopped dropping frames, which is good. Okay, that's good. As long as we stay that way, we're okay. That's the network is somehow getting slower, and that is never an issue, so I don't know what's going on with that. But anyways, we have better FPS has been improved. So, time, now that that has been fixed, time to open the Modpack. It will show up on the screen momentarily, start loading, and while it is loading, I'm going to see about configs, just quickly try to browse through for any configs of anything that might be helpful. So, okay, Apple Core, what's in that? We have, didn't open Oh, I'm trying to open the jar. Hang on. We don't want to open the jar. We want to open the fig. There we go. Ah, there we go. Okay, let's check. So, better FPS, we can check in-game. That's fine. Extreme Reactors is not a performance mod. We're looking for one specifically that reduce RAM. So I'm going to go through all of them and do a Control F find RAM. And we'll see how this goes. So, vanilla fix. Config version. I think if I tell it to open this in the word processing program... How do you do this? Open with. Ah, there we go. Okay, Notepad. Open with Notepad. And it says 1. That's all it says. Okay. What about methodstable.csv? Okay, I don't really want to open that. How do you open that anyway? Open with... Let's open with Notepad. Ah, okay. So we've got... Let's do a Command F. RAM. While we're waiting for the game to load. Frame. We got frames. We got lots of frames. We don't have any RAM. Okay, let's do a match case. Let's do capital match case. Find next. Nothing. Okay. So, not in here. Okay, time to go to the next config. Let's see if we can get through all these before it's done loading, which apparently isn't going to happen. But anyways, okay, where's Computercraft, CTM, Ender Storage, Fast Bench, that would be for crafting, Fast Furnace, Foam Fix, what was that? Okay, find RAM. Ah, there we go. Deduplicates iModels, takes a few seconds more, but shaves off another bit of RAM. It is true, we want that true. Okay, next. Makes vanilla creative tab search, use JEI's lookup, saves a lot of RAM, and gives you fancy JEI features. Yes, that is true. That is on, that is good to go. Okay, next we have, this is all in the foam fix config. Is there actually a foam fix config in here that we can see? Foam fix. Ah, foam fix. There we go. Oh, we can actually change the config here. Very nice indeed. Okay, this would be... wipe model cache. There we go. Saves a lot of RAM, as most iModels will not be reloaded. And that's true. That's good. Okay, next, hang on. Let's exit the full screen so that we can actually go between programs very nicely. So, find next. Okay, this next one is unpack baked quads, wherever that is. I don't see that here. Oh, there we go. Experimental unpacks all baked quads, increases RAM usage, but might speed some things up. False. We don't want to increase RAM usage. We want to reduce RAM usage. There we go. So that is good to go. Next we have frames. Frames VRAM, that's not the same thing. And deduplicates iModels is back to where we were. So, okay, foam fix is as RAM saving as possible. And then we have forge chunk loading, hunger and peace, phosphor, and nope, nothing in there. What is placebo? That's interesting. That must be a support mod. It will something or other, dumping event handlers, whatever that means, and shapeless recipes and stuff like that. Okay, that's not helpful. We have just a few left. Plethora, we don't need to worry about. Flashed up properties, storage drawers. Surge, I think, is a performance mod as well. Let's find RAM. Cannot find RAM. Okay, so that is nice. Just skimming, nothing in here it looks like. Okay, so next is tick dynamic, and then we have vanilla fix. Scan for RAM, cannot find RAM. Okay, so I guess that's not an issue. They say that Tick Dynamic, I think it was that one, takes a lot of setup. Which I did no setup, just installed it, so don't know if it will help or not. No RAM settings in Vanilla Fix either. So, that is that. So, okay. Okay, so it looks like we have done all of the configurations that we are able to do. So, alright. Nice. Okay, time to get back into this. Done. Done. Single player. How many mods out of curiosity? 43. Yes, okay. Test asteroids. Alright. So, we're gonna do some testing. We're gonna do some, all we want to do. Let's enter full screen. We want to do some testing. We want to test some very specific things, I think. And let me know if you guys think of anything that we can test. Oh, we have still the 1.5 gigabytes of RAM. Not sure whether we want to allow that or want to cut it down to 1. Let's just see. We're on 8 chunks. We're getting... Yeah, I think it seems to run faster with less, almost. But what we're gonna do is we're gonna open, not that, we're gonna open this, and then we're gonna see what happens. Yeah, let's, oh, actually 170, 134, nice, okay, actually this is good. If we can keep it fast, okay, let's go on the theory of less RAM is better. Let's try that theory and see how this goes. So quit, quickly. The nice thing is that some of these mods actually speed up the loading, which is very nice, but let's just quickly go profile options. We have checked through all of the configs. Let's just go ahead and load this game again with only 1 gigabyte of RAM allowed. RAM. And here we go. Okay. Coming along. So that is the idea. So what I want to try is going to the overworld. For one, try going to the overworld. See what it's like, the transportation over there. See how the frame rate does. Try some things on the overworld, of course. And that's part of the thing that we want to try. And I don't know if that might be good, or if there's more things that we want to do, or what. Let me know if you guys think of anything that might mess with this 1 gigabyte RAM cap, or anything like that. At the moment, though, we're gonna see... Oh, not responding. Oh, we're actually okay. We are okay. That is good. Okay. Create a 7. Model manager. There's so many things that it does. When you actually watch what this bar is doing, it's like there's so many things that it does. That was a list of 1,300 items right there. And then we've got texture stitching, 6,000 almost textures, loading the model manager, initializing the Minecraft engine. That is only step 3 out of 7. And then we have the other things beyond that. It's kind of crazy. So, okay, we're going up to, whoa, deduplicating 26,000 items? Okay, ay. This is ridiculous, and it's not responding. Does it not like having that limit on the RAM? Oh, it's going again. That's good. That's good. I think it might be a little too restricted to have only 1 gigabyte allowed. Oh, and now it's finishing up. Now it has to do a whole bunch of things. There's so much that it does. It's incredible to see what it's trying to do when it is loading. So, okay, here we go. We are now ready to jump into this. Let's go into not our test asteroids world. Let's do a new world, I think. Nah, let's go into test asteroids. Okay. Let's test this and see. We shall see that we might be running nicely, or we might not be. We will find out. Okay, here we go. There we go. Vein miner. Nice. Okay, and F3. Oh yeah, I wanted to try not so much the frame rate mods for testing, but I wanted to try the gameplay changing mods for testing, find out what we're in for in future videos. So here we go. We should be improving our frame rate momentarily. It's not ideal. We're getting below 30 a fair amount, but it seems okay. Keeping at 60 most of the time. And this is all running locally, which is good. So, okay. This is looking good. This is looking good indeed. So, let's go ahead to the overworld, and let's go ahead and try from there. Try seeing what we can see in terms of testing some of these other mods. So, let's test the performance on the way over there. So, okay, and you can see actually, there's a bit of a spike of lag every time we open the inventory, but that is understandable. That is understandable. It has a lot to load there, and that is okay. We do have some things I think that should speed up NEI over there, but that is okay. So, rocket. Let's go for a tier 3 rocket, creative only, pre-fueled, advanced turtle we can get rid of, compressed sand. Okay, tier 3 rocket. We want the rocket launch pad. There we go. Okay, time to get ourselves out of here. Oh, nice! We're getting some good frame rate now. If we turn around, though, we're getting a little bit lower, but that is somewhat okay. There we go. Here we go. Like this. No problem. No problem indeed. Okay, so yeah, it's mostly staying okay so far. Oh, wait, we actually have the mobs on right now. There we go. Now we're getting better. Okay. So, jump. Oh, we don't have a parachute. Parachute. Here we go. Okay. Let's try to put this on / game mode 0. Game mode has been updated to survival. Put a parachute on very quickly. There we go, so we can actually land properly. There we go. Okay. Yeah, we're getting, you can see the frame rate meter. We're getting some lower frame rate, but we're okay. Oh, and now we're out of that base, and now all of a sudden we're getting well over 100, which is very nice. Very nice. Let's head to the Earth. Launch. Oh, wow. Okay. It's snowing. Okay, perfect test of frame rate. We're falling through the snow, and we're getting a little bit of frame rate lag, but that is to be expected in snow like this. That is hard for any computer to handle. And it is nice. Okay, there we go. That worked very nicely. Very nicely indeed. There's our chest. Very nice indeed. Oh, and it's covered in snow? Is it? That's interesting. No, it's covered in a parachute. Okay. But yeah, so we made it down. Let's do game mode creative. Alright. So we're in snow. That's actually a very, very good test. Oh, wow. In snow at 8 chunks, we're getting... Oh, spoke too soon. We were getting around 140, 150 FPS. This is very, very, very nice indeed. This is what we're looking for. This is what we're looking for indeed. We have a few lag spikes here and there. But it seems overall like it's running very, very nicely. Very, very nicely indeed. 111 FPS, 112, 122, 103. This is nice. We are getting a few slowdowns, which if we were in combat, we wouldn't like that. But since we're not in combat, we are okay with it. Let's just check better FPS. Riven's half. I thought I said change to vanilla. That's weird. Anyway, they're all pretty close. So, okay then. That's all fast. So, okay, time to run over here. So, okay, since we're at the overworld, since everything worked properly, and we have snow as well, we're gonna test some things, and those things happen to be things that are from mods we just added that may or may not produce lag. We will find out. Those things happen to be actually not lag, but okay, well, let's try Vein Miner for one, and that should be acceptable, but we'll find out. So get rid of this hopper. We want to get let's get rid of the cobblestone. Dust, sand, compressed cobblestone, more cobblestone, mining turtle, gravel, auto-compressed hammer. We can just get rid of all these things. Whoa! Okay, apparently if you double-click this, it removes every item in your inventory. Well, that's interesting. And now we're getting 190 FPS, 160, 140. Oh! Did we have some models in our inventory, maybe on our hotbar or something, that were slowing it down? Because we seem to be going faster now, like a low of 120, 130, and we were getting up to 140, 160, 150. Okay, so it seems like it might have sped up a little bit after all that stuff has been cleared from the inventory. Okay, we want to test Vein Miner, make sure everything's working. So let's go for pickaxe. Let's pick a diamond pickaxe over here. And then let's head down to the mining layer and see how this goes. So, where can we go down? Let's go down from here. There we go. Down to the mining layer. Down to the mining layer. Let's actually game mode 0 for this. There we go. Okay, down to the mining layer. On our way down, we have some sand, we have some of this stuff. We're at level 42. Let's keep going down. Okay, here's something. Vein Miner, there was only one thing to mine there, so that's not very helpful. Next, oh, we have snow. And, oh, 250, 268, 266. Yes, 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 yes. Those are the frame rates we're looking for. Those are the frame rates we're looking for indeed. 260. That is very, very nice because we're below the surface. We still have some... We don't have any snow anymore. Wait. Now, hang on. Let's go game mode 1. Now that we have no snow, do we get better frame rates? Nope, we have snow up here, so it's just not making it downstairs. That's fine. So, here we go. Time to game mode 0. Okay. Is Vein Miner working? Apparently it doesn't work with mod ores. Let's try to find a regular ore. Okay, down to diamond layer and try to find some diamonds and try to find anything else we can find on the way. That's the idea. Oh! Okay, that didn't work. Okay, so the idea is I'm testing this to try to config things to be ready for you guys with the pack update. So let's check Vein Miner. There we go. Config. Pickaxe. Okay. Block limit 800. Wait, when keybind pressed. When keybind released. When sneaking. When not sneaking. Disabled. When keybind pressed. Okay. So what would be that keybind? Block list. Oh wow, there's a lot of blocks it can do. Huh. Never actually used this before. That is interesting. Tool list. Oh wow, you can add tools to the list too. Okay, so since it's a button since it's a button-based thing, let's do controls. Let's check for Vein Miner controls. There we go. What would this be? What can we even use? What button? Let's go for... Oh, why not? Okay, so if we just do this, it doesn't work, but if we hold O, then it gets both of them, which is nice. This is very, very helpful. Okay, so we can go down even farther. Oh, there's some more ores there. Does that's a mod ore. Does it get mined by Vein Miner? Yes, it does. Ooh, we just got a whole bunch of mod ore. That is nice. We're getting 250 FPS, which is very nice as well. And layer 11 is what we're looking for. That's where we are now. And Vein Miner, nice. Nice, okay. We've just gotten some more ore. Okay, so the idea with this mod You guys let me know if you think it's like too overpowered or something crazy, but the idea with this mod is just to make the streams more interesting when we have to do mining. If we can speed it up a little bit by using Vein Miner. Does it actually work on... It doesn't work on cobblestone. That would have been really nice. It doesn't work on andesite either. But yeah, the idea is just to speed up the mining. So, there we go. That's looking nice. Yeah, so that it doesn't take as long on the stream, it's not as boring kind of thing, is the idea. So, this is nice. Okay, it can mine a whole bunch of iron at once, of course. Iron is pretty standard. And we're heading through here as well. This reminds me I should actually increase the brightness in the config file. But that's another issue. So, okay. Here we go. Okay, this is nice. This is very nice indeed. And our pickaxe is doing very nicely indeed. Now, Hunger in Peace is another mod that needs to be set up, and it looks like that is not doing anything so far. Let's do some running back and forth across this tunnel. Whoops. Okay, let's avoid that hole in the roof. Let's run back and forth across this tunnel and avoid the holes in the roof. And there we go. Let's see if we can use up any hunger. And nope. Oh yes, we can use... Oh yes, so we're in peaceful mode, right? Yes. Yes, we are. And we're using up hunger. Very... Oh, 300 FPS. Oh, that is nice. That is nice indeed. Okay, so we're actually... This is nice. Okay, so you guys should enjoy this. If we ever go mining again, we have Vein Miner so we can gather a whole bunch at once. We don't have to take as long to do things in the mining trip. And that is nice. Now, we need to check the Hunger in Peaceful config thing. Mod options, Hunger in Peace. Where do we have that? Down here, Hunger in Peace. Aha, there we go. Oh, you can't change the config while the game is loaded. Okay, so in that case, let's go into the config folder. Let's just quickly check Hunger in Peace, make sure it's all set up properly. Let's see, config, Hunger in Peace should be under H. Yes, it is. That's good. Off to a good start. Okay, main. If true, disables the constant passive health regeneration in peaceful mode. Okay, so we have it disabling the constant passive health regeneration. Oh, speaking of which, we need to actually test. We need to actually test how that compares with the Galacticraft things, the thermal damage, the oxygen damage, all that kind of stuff. Okay, so we don't get passive health regeneration in peaceful mode. If true, disables the constant passive hunger regeneration. Okay, so we don't get automatic hunger, you need to actually make food. And then the lowest amount your health can go from starving in peaceful mode. 0 means that you can die from starvation, it's set on 0. Now, I thought that you can't actually die from hunger in regular Minecraft. That is something that needs to be looked into. So we're gonna quickly do that. Minecraft Wiki. Wiki, there we go. Testing the wiki. Hunger, yes, that's nice, okay. Okay. So mechanics. Effects of hunger is probably what we're talking about. How far does hunger actually lower your health? Okay. Okay, so when the hunger bar is at 0, the player's health depletes at a rate of 1/2 heart every 4 seconds. This makes sleeping impossible. On easy difficulty, the player's health drops. On easy difficulty, the player's health stops dropping at 10 health points, so that's 5 hearts on easy. On normal, it stops at 1/2 heart, and on hard, it keeps draining until either the player eats something or starves to death. Resistance and armor do not reduce starvation damage. Okay. So here's a question for you guys. Do we want this to be like normal difficulty or like hard difficulty? So at the moment, Hunger in Peace, that mod, at the moment it will go down until we starve. Like hard difficulty. However, what we really want is, do we want normal or do we want hard? That's the question. Because, because normal stops you at half a heart. You starve until you get to half a heart, and on hard difficulty you go down until you're dead. So I think actually we want it to be like normal difficulty, so let's go ahead and change that and then restart the game. Let's try that. So exit out of here. Okay, Hunger in Peace. Min health from starvation. And why is it a decimal? Okay, well let's try 1, because I don't know if that is. I don't know if it's talking in health points or in actual hearts, because those are two different things. So there we go. That has been changed. Hunger in Peace. Lay again. Play. All right. So, gonna write a note to check that again. Hunger in Peace. Max. We also want to check damage. We also want to check, so this is Hunger in Peace that we're testing right now. Oh, and we need to check it and compared to the Galacticraft things. And compared to Galacticraft, what would that be? Thermal and oxygen, because we found that we don't want it to be super annoying how fast you lose oxygen. You lose damage when you're not able to get to the tanks, but it does need to be a problem, does need to be a challenge. That's the idea. So, okay. So, we do want to check as well. So that's Hunger in Peace. We also want to check big reactors. Specifically, is that something we're able to even do if the Modpack update is done by next week? Can we actually use big reactors, or are there recipes we can't get, things we can't get, anything like that? That's the other question. Did I say big reactors? I meant extreme reactors. Okay. And then there's also compact drawers and storage drawers. We've tested Vein Miner, we've tested Hunger in Peace. So I think it's really big reactors we want to test after testing this Hunger in Peace thing. So we'll see. We'll see, but this is coming along. Coming along indeed. There we go, holding a really high note right up there. Okay. So, initializing mods phase 2, step 4 of 7. Once again, when you have to load this a whole lot, then it takes quite a while. Okay, yeah, you can see our RAM is actually filling pretty high. It might be a good idea to add a little bit more of that, but it seems that we actually have some pretty good frame rates as it is. So, okay, back into the test asteroids world. What we're going to test here is we are going to test, make sure I set this properly, make sure Hunger in Peace brings us down to half a heart instead of a full heart. It depends how we tested it. Okay. See mod config for details. Vein Miner client keybind set to activate on pressing the key. I think we already checked the config for Vein Miner, right? Yeah, that's where we were. Okay. Nice. Okay, and we can do while keybind pressed, when keybind released, when sneaking, when not sneaking, or disabled. I think keybind pressed is probably the best idea. So anyway, okay, so we're going to deliberately starve, and what we're gonna do here is we're gonna try to actually see if we can survive better. Let's go ahead and test. Let's get out of here. Let's go back to the surface and try some, try walking around. Loading chunks. Game mode. Creative. There we go, let's head up here and see. There we go, we're on the surface. Okay, time to game mode 0. And time to go. We are on our way out places. We're going to explore and see. Okay, so our frame rate is... We dipped below 30 when we hit the water, which is interesting. We're struggling. We're at 30. Oh, we can't sprint anymore because of hunger. That's nice. Hunger in peaceful mode is always very, very nice. Okay. 77, 57, 34, 76, 152, 155. Okay, that's good. So we're keeping fairly good frame rates. That's nice. Our hunger is still trying to go down. We've got 3 hunger bars left. It seems like, it sounds like the skilled players talk about when you eat something, your health goes up by, I think it was 2 hearts. So I guess in combat, the best thing, the ideal situation is to be, oh, there we go, lost some health there. The ideal situation is to actually be between the point where you stop sprinting because of hunger and the point where you're so full on hunger that you can't actually eat anything. I think that's sort of the ideal position to be in, if I'm not mistaken. That looks like a bunny rabbit. Hello, sir! Okay, we've gone down half a hunger point already. 121, 167, 180, 160. Yikes! We don't want to fall in there. Preferably not. Head over there. Okay. That is a pretty far fall down there, but we have pretty good frame rates looking down there as well, which is interesting. Okay, time to keep going. 2.5 hunger bars left to go. 2.5 hunger bars left to go. And we don't have anything in our inventory except for our oxygen gear, but that's okay. We don't want that in space anyways for the next thing that we're testing. Here's a question. We didn't set our spawn. So if we die, the question is, if we die, will we go back to the asteroids dimension, or will we go back to our main spawning point on the overworld? That is the question. Okay, we've gone down half a health, half a hunger point more. We'll see how fast this stuff goes down later as well. Okay. But this is looking good so far, getting some pretty good frame rates indeed. Pretty good frame rates indeed. We have 2 hunger points, 2 hunger bars left to go. 4 hunger points. Try climbing some trees. Up here, nice, nice, nice. Oh, can't get up there. Can get up here though. Okay. We are now in the trees without being able to sprint, which makes it very difficult. Okay, on the way up once again. Okay, there we go. In the trees, we have 2 hunger bars left to go. 2 hunger bars left to go. Let's see if we can navigate through the forest without landing on the ground. Well, whoops, that was probably not smart. Without landing on the ground, well, we are so low on hunger that we can't sprint. Let's try that. Let's try going that way in the forest and see how this goes. Okay. Over here like that. Yes, 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 yes. Back up in the tree. Back up in the tree. We can get over to this way. This should work. Okay, here we go. We need, this is still tree, I think. Yes, it is. Okay, we can't actually get over anywhere, so never mind. We're kind of stuck up here in the trees, so let's just keep going. We're not actually loading, whoops, we're not actually loading chunks very quickly. So we can't really see our chunk lag, but we can see that without the snow, we're hitting about 200 FPS. This is, of course, on 8 chunks of render distance, which is... Really? Are we on 8 chunks? Okay, so we're getting pretty close to our RAM limit on 8 chunks, which is obviously not ideal. Only 1.5 hunger points left to go. While we're waiting for that, let's go ahead and check the larger chunk render distance. There we go. Let's see if it'll actually work properly. That's the idea. Down to 100 FPS. This is pretty good, actually. Yeah, this is very nice. Very nice indeed. Oh, never mind. We got a lag spike right there. Yeah, I think 1 GB of RAM might not be quite enough for 16 chunks. It's pretty close, though. Pretty close, though. Turn back around. It'll load pretty far away over there. Yeah, it looks like it's... Whoops. It looks like... Yeah, so it looks like these lag spikes now are mostly from the getting too close to our RAM capacity. Let's set it back to 8. Because this can be worked with. If it's just a matter of do we use 1 GB or 1.5 GB, then we can manage that. That'll be fine. That'll be fine indeed. Down to 1 hunger bar left, which is very nice indeed. Down, down, down. It takes a long time to lose hunger. How else do you lose hunger? I'm sprint jumping, except you can't sprint, so I'm just jumping. How do you lose hunger faster? Oh, and we can lose health faster, though. That's nice. So, come on, come on, come on. 1 hunger bar left to go. 1 hunger bar. How do you lose hunger faster than this? There's literally no way I can think of to lose hunger faster. So we're just gonna keep going. Just gonna keep going. Just keep going. Unless the wiki had something to say about that. That would be always nice. But okay. Oh, it looks like we're down to half a hunger bar left to go. Half of a hunger bar. We're gonna watch our hearts go down and hopefully reach half a heart, which is where we want it to be. That is the same as normal difficulty. And if it reaches 1 heart, then that is too much. And if we die, then that is too little. Too little. Come on, a little bit farther. What is down here? Okay, there's like a cave down there. Sand fell in the cave. Interesting indeed. Interesting indeed. Up the hill. 1 more hunger bar point, please. Come on, come on. 1 more. 1 more, 1 more. That's all that we ask. That's all that we ask. That's all that we need. That's all that... Oh, there we go. There we go. Now we should start losing health. Yes, we started losing health. Nice. Okay, a little bit more. Yes, thank you. Okay, a little bit more. There we go. Yes, nice. A little bit more. Nice, nice, nice. We should be losing 3 more hearts. 2.5 more hearts. If everything works properly, 2 more hearts. 1.5. Pumpkins! Pumpkins! We don't have to starve! We have pumpkins! Quick! Okay, 1 heart. We're down to 1 heart. And... oh, we're down to half a heart. Okay. Okay, so we set it properly. That's nice. Nice, 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 nice. Okay. So we went down to half a heart, and we won't go down any farther because it's not allowed to go down farther. The only thing that can cause us to go down farther is if we get shot by a skeleton or jump off something that we shouldn't jump off of. Okay, this is nice, and let's see how we actually... yeah, let's grab some pumpkins, actually, because we can do that. Pumpkin... Can you eat a pumpkin? I think you need to actually make it into some sort of a pie or something. Pumpkin seeds, pumpkin pie, jack-o'-lantern. Jack-o'-lantern, jack-o'-lantern. Okay. So this is nice. We went down as properly as we are supposed to, so that is good. So next thing to find out is to go back into the asteroid belt and see how this whole thing handles having no thermal protection and no oxygen. So let's go ahead and do that. Let's quickly... Okay, mode 1. Okay, rocket. Rocket. Back into the asteroid belt. Pre-fueled creative only, thank you very much. rocket launch pad. Thank you very much for that as well. Okay, and we don't need the diamond pickaxe either. Okay, time to go. Rocket launch pad like this down on the snow like that. That is not where it's supposed to be. There we go. Okay, place down the rocket, and now we're good to go with the rocket, and now we can go ahead and get into the rocket and head out into space. Okay, so this is looking promising. This is so far running very, very nicely. Now, the only thing I don't know is we have a whole bunch of machines in our main world that have the potential to slow things down quite a bit. So I don't know if part of our frame rate issues were because of those things. So what we should really do is copy our world into here and test how it handles that. That is the next thing to test. After we test hunger and peace, if it's balanced properly for Galacticraft taking one giant leap. Alright, down we go. Back into the asteroid belt we are. Where are we in relation to... I think we're in a different place, actually. Yeah, we're not close to our other base. Let's increase our render. Okay, yeah, so increasing the render, we're gonna see our base should be somewhere. That looked like it, but it's not. I guess wandering through the overworld, you kind of wind up in different places in the asteroid belt. That's interesting. Okay. So I guess we're just gonna do it right here. Unless that's it. But I don't see... We're traveling through 16 chunks through the asteroid belt. That looks interesting. It's not what we're looking for, but what is that? That looks unusual. And of course we're falling completely slowly. But it looks like there's a rocket workbench or something on the outside of whatever this thing is. It's square, but it's in an asteroid, but it's not one of the regular things that we see. What is this? What is this place? Yeah, there's rocket workbenches here. It's open to space over here on the back. And if we go inside, we find that it's like a smaller version of the place that we're living in that happens to be open to space somehow. Don't ask me why, don't ask me how, but it appears to be that sort of a deal. And it, of course, is really, really dark in here. Yeah, okay, that's interesting. It doesn't even have the big outdoors area like the other ones do. Huh. Well, that's interesting. It's like a smaller version of the thing that we're living in. Which is very interesting, very odd. Very odd indeed. Okay, so, it is time. It is time to test our dying from hunger and thermal damage and oxygen damage thing. So let's head over here, and we have a fair amount of frame rate lag. But that looks like because look at our RAM. We're running really, really much at the limit, very much at the limit on RAM. So I think that is the issue. I think it might 16 chunks would run better if we were not as close to the limit. Does 12 chunks run okay? Let's forget about 12. That would be fine. That's sort of a halfway mark. We're gonna go for 8 to test. So down here, nice. Okay, we're back down to normal. Back down to normal RAM. So, okay, we're here now. And what are we doing here? We are now, at the moment, we're gonna test some, we need some hunger filling things. So let's grab something that doesn't give you a lot of saturation, such as, let's say, a apple perhaps might be good. Okay, so here we go. Time to game mode. Survival. Okay, so we're in space right now. So what we're going to do is we're going to eat a little bit of hunger. We're going to fill some health. How much health is this actually going to fill? It should fill some, shouldn't it? Hello? Waiting for the health to go up. How does this actually work? Okay, this takes a little bit of research, because I thought the health should go up. Does it have to wait until you filled the hunger bar completely? Because I thought it would actually just work just like that. Okay. So, health. Mechanics, that might be it. Player's saturation level, which determines how fast the hunger level depletes. Okay, so that's not helpful. Let's do a quick search for health. Okay, similar to the health bar. Health regeneration. When the hunger is at a high enough value, the player's health regenerates. Oh! Okay, so that's interesting. That's interesting. Okay, so it sounds like... Okay, so when the hunger bar is at 20, and there's any saturation left, health regenerates one... What did it say? Hang on. 1 half heart every half second, costing 1.5 food points per point healed. Oh, so this is actually pretty complicated. Okay, so when it's at 20, when the hunger bar is at 18 or more, health slowly regenerates 1 half heart every 4 seconds. Okay, so that means if you're 1 hunger bar short of the top, then you gain hunger a lot more slowly. And it costs 1.5 food points per point healed. That's interesting. That's interesting indeed. Okay, so what we're doing at the moment is we are testing, setting up the configs for these mods. So we're setting up the Hunger and Peace config right now. So this should generate about... Oh wow, it's actually generating a whole lot more than I thought it would. Okay, that's interesting. Oh, when the player is damaged with 18... when the player is damaged with... Okay, I don't know. Anyways, it's very, very confusing how all this hunger stuff works, trying to figure out the exact science of it on the Minecraft wiki over here. But, okay, so when the hunger bar is lower than 17, it doesn't regenerate health unless difficulty is switched to peaceful. Okay, that's interesting. Okay. So, okay, that is that. So, basically, what we're going to do now, being as we have that here, what we're going to do now is we are going to test... Okay, so we regenerated a bunch of health there. Why did I just do that? Didn't want to actually regenerate more. Actually did, because... Oh, yeah, I wanted to use up hunger. Oh, that's going to be difficult to do in the asteroid belt. Okay, we need to find one of those platforms. Oh, actually, no, we don't need to find a platform. All we need to do is create a platform. So let's just go game mode 1. Let's create a platform. Let's go fill our current location to our location plus, let's do 5, our location on the Y, and then our location plus 50 on the X, and fill it with cobblestone. There we go. Whoa, okay. Nice, we have some cobblestones. So, what we're going to do now, let's do night vision as well. Effect... Night vision. There we go. Now we can see it properly. So, what we're going to do is we're going to do some experimenting. Game mode 0. We are going to try... let's set our spawn point. No, let's not set our spawn point. Let's just try taking off our thermal protection gear. Actually, the main thing is the oxygen. That's the main thing. So we'll take that off. And what we... Whoa, okay, actually, it's going to be fairly difficult to lose hunger. Yeah, hang on. Well, I do believe we're dead. Let's go back. We're in a test world right now, because we're testing the setting up of these mods. Where are we now? We are... There's an arc lamp here. Ah, we're back near our main base. Okay, so let's quickly game mode 1. Okay, so we're gonna have to actually, in order to test this properly, we're trying to calibrate hunger in peace is what we're trying to do. Because we have now got hunger in peaceful mode. And in order to calibrate that properly, it's gonna be difficult. Oh, I know how to get our hunger bar to go down. Rotten flesh, that would work. Rotten flesh, there we go. Okay, that'll help our hunger bar to go down faster. So, we need oxygen gear. Oxygen. Let's grab creative fuel tanks, not fuel tanks, creative oxygen tanks. Let's go for slot 1, 2, 3. Do we not need anything more? I think that's all we need. Okay, that would be the oxygen, and then thermal. So, the main thing... So, let's go 3, 4, 5, 6. There we go. Okay. The main thing, here's the thing. The main thing that we're trying to balance for is if the damage goes down too quickly. If the damage goes down too quickly, then it gets really annoying when you don't have oxygen gear yet and you're trying to get it. So for those of you guys who might want to play this pack, it shouldn't be super incredibly annoying to play. That's the idea. However, that said, it does need to actually be a challenge. So let's quickly just switch back into game mode 1. We're going to grab some actual proper food. Cookies, why not? Cookies are good to go. So that would be 0. And we're waiting for our thermal damage to go down, is the idea. As well. So, okay, gonna refill our hunger. Come on, a little bit more. We're gonna try to refill our health as much as possible. And cookies really do not do much for your hunger. Okay. Let's try switching back into creative. Let's grab something more substantial, like apples, like we had before. There we go. There we go. Okay, now we should regenerate a bunch of health. Okay, so we're gonna check. I think that the oxygen config thing might need adjusting. Might need quite a bit of adjusting. So what we're gonna try is, the first thing we're gonna try is see how long it takes to lose health just from oxygen. That's the first thing to try. Then we have to try without the thermal gear, and then we have to try without, so let's put the thermal gear on, then we have to try without hunger as well. So, okay. Infinite says, trying to figure out how much I've missed by the number of now playing posts in chat. Yeah, they're roughly, does it show you the timestamps? Because that would be pretty easy to find out. What we're doing at the moment is the frame rate appears to be pretty good. So what we're doing at the moment is we're just trying to balance hunger and peace. It's a very, very difficult thing to balance because, as you might remember, we have had the issue when we're dying too quickly, when we're trying to get oxygen gear, it gets really, really annoying that you have to keep resetting every, like, 10 seconds, right? So we want it to take a fair amount of time to die, but we don't want it to take too long to die, because that takes out the challenge. So what we're going to do here, take off the oxygen mask. We're going to see how fast we lose health. Oh, you know what? Actually, oh, you know why we're losing so fast? Hang on. Why we're losing health so fast is because previously our health was fighting against Noobsfane says only missed an hour and 10 minutes or so. Not too bad. Nice. So, okay, we lost so much health really, really quickly right there, and the reason is because when we were first doing this challenge, the issue we had was that we... okay, so how do we want to balance this? The issue that we had was that we had peaceful mode was regenerating our health every few seconds. So that really messed with this. So now we don't have health regeneration unless we are eating enough. And as you can see, it's not the fastest thing in the world. So let's try going to Galacticraft. We need to definitely dial back how much damage it does by a lot. So let's see. Oops. There we go. Okay, we need... Where's the thing? Challenge mode, not it. Suffocation damage. Change this value to modify the damage taken per suffocation tick. Default 2. Okay, well let's set it on default. And let's see how that does. So default 2. Suffocation cooldown. Change time between suffocation damage ticks. Default 100. We have 50. So let's try this. 100. Okay. What's this apply globally thing? Oh, this applies whatever you click here to all of the settings. Okay. Done. So we've set them back on default. Noobsfane says, I would reset the Galacticraft damage values to their default. Very nice. Okay, we apparently we had the same idea. Alright, so that is good. So let's regenerate all of this. Health here. Come on, two more health points. Come on, 2 more. Why do the last 2 not want to get done? This turning off the bobbing thing actually is really nice. Very smooth movements. Very nice indeed. Also, because of the smooth movements, you can see if you have frame rate lag more easily, which is an unintended byproduct of that. A little bit more hunger, please. Alright, here we go. We're back up to full. So, now that we're at default settings... Aha! Oh, and we regenerated because we had some hunger. Noobsfane says... Heal positions might help with resets. I'm not sure what you mean. Resetting what? Okay, so this is without oxygen gear, this is with thermal protection, and this is with being low on hunger. So let's go ahead and eat. See, can we overcome the lack of oxygen by eating? That's the first question. No. We do regenerate, but not fast enough. Okay, so this looks good. I think we're gonna have to actually pull out a timer. Pull out a timer and see how this goes. This finishes positions for resetting between setting changes. Resetting what? I feel like you're saying something very, very obvious, and I'm just completely missing it. So, resetting what between setting changes? Heal position. Oh, do you mean spawn point? Like that? There we go. Alright, we're trying to regenerate this health. And then we're gonna see. So now. Okay, we're gonna time how long this takes. Noobsfane says, oh, potions! Health potions, as in potion brewing. See? Oops, and it says I misspelled it the first time. That's true, but then you spelled it right the second time. So see? I was right. It was something completely obvious that I was completely missing. So, okay, let's do that. Game mode 1. Let's also do keep inventory. Game rule. Keep inventory true. There we go. Okay. We're going to grab health. Instant health is what we're looking for. Instant health 2. Nice. Okay. Let's go for this. There we go. Oh, it doesn't stack. Oh, they don't stack. Of course they don't stack. They're bottles. Bottles don't stack. Okay, well, let's grab as much of these as we can. Okay, nice. Okay, that's good. So, now we're good to go. Now we are good to switch back into game mode 0. Lufsani says, any eye should have an item cheat mode, saves going into creative. That's true, but then I might forget to take it out of cheat mode for the proper series. So, okay, so here we are. Here we are. We can now see. Let's time how long it takes. So grab the timer. Stopwatch. We're gonna see this is with, okay, let's do with hunger health regeneration thing. With, actually speaking of which, let's get actually some proper things like steak. There we go. We can actually keep our hunger for longer. There we go. Okay, switch back into creative. Okay. Lufsania says NEI doesn't have per world cheat mode. Does it? I don't know. I don't know how that works, but let's, we're in survival. Let's go and test this. So, this is with hunger, the hunger full, and start. There we go. And we're gonna have to keep our hunger full to do the proper test. Okay, we're down to 2 hearts. We're down 2 hearts more. So this is basically how long can you survive? How annoying is it? How long can you survive with no oxygen, with thermal gear, with regenerating your hunger? That is the first question. And it appears that, whoa! Okay, so if you have enough, okay, of course that is steak, which you don't have in, okay, let's have apples instead. We don't have steak in the asteroid belt. So that might make a difference. Okay, seeing as we're so close to the top, let's put our oxygen helmet back on. Let's refill our health. Let's start this again, because we weren't actually going down because every time we ate a steak, it was filling up our health so much, but we don't have steak in the asteroid belt. So we're gonna have to go with apples, or something that's more likely to be on the asteroid belt, such as apples are a good option, since they do exist. So, let's try it. Lieutenant says, also the C button in the top left of any eye toggles creative. Ooh, nice. I feel like Apple UI, it's a mod, will help with tracking how your hunger is affecting things. So the what? Apple UI, hang on. Let's see. Let's see. What is that all about? Okay. Ipsony says, MC Hunger has a hidden stat. Apple UI adds a GUI for it. Oh, you're talking about the saturation. Oh. Yes. Yes. Let's search. I want to see what license it has specifically. Apple UI. Oh, then it says Apple Skin, not Apple UI. Oh, okay. Apple Skin. Ah, there we go. 48 million downloads. Public domain. Oh, that's really nice. Okay, let's go ahead and install that right now, because that looks good. Let's install that right now. Quit to title. Quit to title. Ep18 says, thank goodness that Firefox remembers what it is better than me. Yep, that browser history is a very nice thing, and not getting tongue-tied also is a very nice thing. Ep18 says requires Apple Core. I think Apple Core is already installed. Yes, it is. All right, Apple Core is installed. All right, so let's see. Let's go get more content. I want to email this to me because I like to save the licenses for all this stuff. So I'm going to just email this to me, Apple Core, and also install it. Not Apple Core, Apple Skin. Apple Skin. Okay. This looks good. So let's install this. That should take not very long. There we go. It's done already. And now we can launch the game once again. Alright, and time to load this. Alright, so let's see. Okay, so I'm gonna email this to me. Here we go. Okay, so yes, so now, okay, where are we at? We're waiting for the Modpack to load. That's what's up right now. So here we go. Okay. That's good. Apple Skin is installed. So now we can see. Thank you, sir. I didn't actually know. I've seen that mod in use before, but I didn't know which mod it was that did the thing that does the stuff. So now, it looks like it's good to go. And on the really bright side, as far as the committed RAM and how much extra RAM usage we've used, so far we haven't actually increased our overall committed RAM at all. So it's like, we started off using 9.2 gigabytes out of 8, and we haven't actually increased that. So sometimes it goes up to like 13 gigabytes of committed RAM. And actually our RAM usage on the stick is like only about 5 gigabytes right now, but of course Minecraft is still loading, so it has room to change. But okay. So this is nice. Yes, so we got Apple... what's it called? Apple Skin installed. And now we're gonna see how this... oops. Okay. So, yeah, your idea with having 1.5 gigabytes of RAM, I'm debating whether to do that, because as you can see, it is hanging on load every so often, because the RAM gets too full with only 1 gigabyte, so adding an extra half would be very nice, except that it seems to slow the frame rate down a little bit for some reason, adding an extra half. Not sure why that is, but that is interesting. Loading world, here we go! Here we go. The idea is to install a whole bunch of things right now, because I want to get this running stable so that it looks good for the tech channel. You know, because people are like, oh, how does that computer actually perform? And then they go and watch the channel and it's like all stuttering all over the place, which is not very good. So I want to get it to actually look good as much as we can for people from the tech channel to see it. That's the idea. And install a bunch of other mods at the same time, like Extreme Reactors, Hunger and Peace, all those things. And then hopefully not update the pack for a number of months so that I can focus a lot of time on the tech channel at that point. That's the idea. So that's kind of what we're doing right now. So if you have any like other suggestions that we should add, then I mean you can suggest them anytime, but after this update goes out, I'll probably just wait for a number of months before adding anything else. So I'll add them to a list to add later, but that's kind of the thing. So yeah, so once this goes out. But at the moment, okay, now we can see our saturation bar, which is very, very nice. Let's close that so we can see. Okay, so yes, so what we're testing is we're testing with eating the food. We are testing how long does it take until we use up our oxygen. So let's see now. There we go, timer started. And we're gonna try to keep our hunger up, so the saturation bar goes down and then our hunger starts going down, so let's go ahead and eat again. We're eating apples this time instead of steak. Steak seems to refill a whole lot of health, and apples don't seem to refill very much health. Okay, so this is eating apples. How long does it take until, of course you have to keep eating them pretty quickly as well. Although we could probably slow down our eating just a little bit more. We're eating them on the first hunger point down, and we can probably wait until the second hunger point, first bar, but okay. Okay, so timing. 56 seconds already, that's nice, but of course early game you don't have an infinite supply of apples, so that also makes it a little different. A minute 10 seconds so far. We want to test also without eating. How long does it take? Because that's probably what you're more likely going to run into early game. So this is once you start getting a little more advanced and you stop dying quite as quickly, is when you have a lot of apples and you can actually keep surviving longer. I'm ready to hit stop on the timer. We're up to 1 minute 30 already. And oh, of course, it gets you down. Okay, I stopped it. So about 1 minute 40. Now here's the thing, is that... Oh, I forgot that that wasn't the hunger thing, that was the oxygen thing. So over 1 minute 40, we'll say that. Okay. Come on, unlock, please. There we go, nice, okay. So over 1 minute 40 seconds, eating apples with thermal padding, and no oxygen. Okay, off to a good start. Now, we want to see a more likely scenario to be in when you're early game, and that particular scenario is where you don't eat anything. So every time we ate there, it was actually increasing our health, which is nice. How long do you survive early game with thermal padding with no oxygen without eating? That's the question. Let's get our timer ready and get ready to test this. Stopwatch. Okay. Let's actually let's get our hunger down a little bit first. Let's get rid of that first hunger point. That's the first idea. Sprinting around, because we'll assume that you have no... Wait, actually, no, you start when you... Whoops, hello. No! Game mode 1. Get up. Get up. Okay, forgot we weren't in creative. But okay, so when you first respawn after dying, your hunger bar has to go down. So we're gonna actually simulate that too. So let's do that. /kill. Killed Handy Andy, I'm very much still alive. I'm very much still alive. Okay, what's going on with this? What's going on with this? Because I'm still alive. Let's do a different command. Kill help. Slash help kill. Kill player entity. So slash kill. Let's actually type it in. Okay, I'm very much still alive. We need to what's going on? I'm not dying. We're invincible. Invincible. There's no way to die in the asteroid belt unless actually we jump in lava. That'll work. Because you can't fall to your death, I don't think, because you just keep falling. There we go. Now we're dead. Okay, so now, whoa. Actually, we need to start the timer from the respawn point to find out how long we have. How long people have without oxygen. Let's see. Okay, get ready with the timer. 3, 2, 1, respawn. Okay. Okay, here we go. So we're gonna stand here. What do you guys want to chat about while we stand here? Until we die. We have to wait first for our... Whoops! Let's stop this. We're trying to test oxygen damage, not hunger damage. Specifically, although we are trying without eating anything. And we're not actually going to just stand there. If somebody says, don't you still have full oxygen gear on? Yes! Yes, that is very true, sir. And also, when you're trying to survive, you're not just standing still, you're running around. So, that's what we're going to do. 3, 2, 1, respawn. Okay, time to go. Time to wander around and see about losing our hunger. Let's just jump around here. Let's do some space parkour. Actually, that would be interesting. If there was actually a map, a parkour map designed for Galacticraft in space, that would be interesting. It would also be interesting if Galacticraft has different planets with different gravities. I don't know if that exists, but that would be very interesting if that was the case. Whoops! Okay, can we make it here? Yes, we did! Okay, yeah, we need to kind of actually pay attention to where we're going. So let's just sort of wander around. Let's wander around as far as we can go. And see... Oh, we're going down, we're going down. We're not regenerating anymore because of our hunger. And so we're just going to keep running around on this particular asteroid. Get ready to hit the stop. Okay, 1 minute 5 seconds. Okay, so time to write that down. 1 minute 5. This would be... So, 1 minute 5 seconds. No food. No oxygen. And thermal padding on. Good. Now, the only thing we have to do next, Livzeni says, to do safety rails. Find out how to remove butter from feet. Yeah, that would be a very helpful thing, a very helpful endeavor for us to do. Very helpful endeavor indeed. So, okay, we have now. We're gonna try this time without our thermal gear, and we're going to try without oxygen, and we're gonna try without food. That is if you have absolutely nothing. So there we go, take everything off, and don't eat any food either. So get rid of that, okay. So let's jump in here, and get ready to start our timer. Okay. Timer ready? 3, 2, 1, respawn. Okay. Alright. Here we go, here we go, here we go. Okay, we're still generating health because we still have enough hunger, but pretty soon it will go down. And... okay, down a little bit more. Okay, there we go. So we're not regenerating at all anymore. And we haven't actually, the thermal thing hasn't actually kicked in yet. That's interesting. Oh, now it has. Now it has. Now we're taking thermal damage too. Now, here's the other thing. We have to test with oxygen but without thermal, because I think thermal's supposed to kill you, right? That would be actually worth looking into if we check on the Galacticraft wiki. Is thermal damage supposed to kill you? Oh, ready? 3, 2, 1... Okay, stop. Okay. 1 minute 5, again. Okay. Thermal padding on and off. Okay. So I don't know if we have to rebalance the thermal damage at all. So 1 minute 40 is what you can survive with food. 1 minute 5 is with no food. And, okay, so let's do something here. Let's just check the wiki, Galacticraft wiki, for wiki. Gonna check, is thermal damage supposed to kill you? Thermal padding. Okay. Thermal padding is a suite of garments made out of an advanced insulating material, blah blah blah. Garments keep a player from freezing to death. So I guess you're supposed to freeze to death. But how long are you supposed to last? Okay, let's see. Craft. So that's how you craft them. So it's supposed to kill you, but it doesn't say how long it's supposed to take. So let's see. Let's do a test here. Respawn. Let's put on our oxygen gear. And we're going to not use thermal gear. However, we are going to eat apples. I don't know, should we check with apples or without apples, or both would take quite a while. So I think if we just test with yeah, let's test without apples, because I don't think the thermal damage will be very fast. So eating apples would probably like warm us up or something and counteract. Okay, so from the point we start taking damage is the idea. Are we not going to take damage? Oh, we have to wait for the thing to go down. Okay, so it has to go down all the way first. That's what the problem was. Oh, does it go down faster if we start running? You can see the meter on the top left. Oh, and we actually have slowness 3 right now, so it's hard to run. But, okay, so it's going down. We're about to start taking damage. Okay. Oh, we just took damage, and the timer locked. Okay, wait a minute. Oh, we need to actually use up our hunger because we're not actually draining any health yet, because we're regenerating so quickly. Okay. Okay, there we go. Now we've started losing hunger, or losing health, rather. Nice, we're coming along. We can actually jump across here, I think, right? Yeah, we can. Okay. The slowness 3, we still actually do move around with slowness 3, which is nice. Okay, so this is lasting us a fairly long time. This was from the point where we started to take thermal damage. Okay, we're down to about halfway. And we've lasted about a minute, so we're probably going to last a minute for the rest of this as well. So what do you guys think? We've got, for the early part of the game, where we were trying to get oxygen, and it was like, I know you guys were saying stuff about it can get kind of annoying if we keep dying too quickly. What do you think about these time lengths? Specifically, seems like 2 minutes is about the time length for thermal damage for no oxygen but with food. Thermal damage actually doesn't make any difference when... Okay, 1 minute 44. So let's write that down. 1 minute 44 seconds from when start taking thermal damage and don't eat food. Okay. Yeah, so basically what we have here... Oh, wait, I need to say... With oxygen. With oxygen. There we go. Okay, so basically, what we have here, and the only time you wouldn't have your thermal gear on, actually, is if you're dying of oxygen. Of lack of oxygen. Wait, if you eat, can that compensate for the thermal damage? That's the first question. Okay, so we're gonna have to find out. But, yeah, okay, so basically, we're looking at the shortest time that we have registered is 1 minute 5. That's with no food, no oxygen, and doesn't make a difference about thermal padding because with no oxygen you die so quickly that the thermal padding doesn't take effect yet. So I guess we're just gonna have to compare that to the previous streams, how we set how long we're supposed to survive for and all that. What do you guys think about that timer, the 1 minute timer? Is that too short? Or too not short enough? I guess we'll have to really see it again to really find out. But I think it's sort of okay, I guess. Oh, there we go. Slowness 3 in effect. Come on, let's see if I move around, maybe the thermal protection will go down quicker. And we're gonna have to eat some stuff. The idea is to keep our hunger bar full. That's the idea. This time. To see if we can counteract the thermal damage if you gain health fast enough. Not that it really matters because it's the oxygen that really matters most. So, but the idea is actually if you don't have to die from thermal damage, because eating your hunger stuff fixes that. Ah, there we go, we've started taking thermal damage. Nice, nice, nice. Do you notice, though, that the thermal bar actually goes up? So I wonder if we'll be too warm on Venus or something. Because there's actually the option for it to go up. So right now, obviously, it's going down. Oh wow, yeah, so it looks like we can completely compensate for the thermal stuff if we just have enough apples. So, okay. Well then, that kind of balances this out. Let's wait until we've gone down a little bit more. There we go. Yeah, so it looks like we can completely keep ourselves from dying. The only thing I don't know is when we actually get close to the end, if we can keep ourselves from dying, but we should be good. So, okay. Okay, so, yes, this is looking good. So let's do a test to see what it's like when you're just starting. Let's do that again. We did that already. But okay, so here's how long you would take to die. Actually, let's start from starting. All right, here we go. Respawn. So this is how long you would take to die if you have nothing. If you have nothing, you're trying to get oxygen gear, but you didn't do it fast enough like we did. So this is for anybody else who wants to play the pack. So is this long enough to not be annoying, but short enough to be still a challenge? So our hunger bar is about to go down. We're still gaining health at the moment. There we go. Now we're losing health completely. Okay. Livestream says heat equals calories equals food. It fits Minecraft's logic to be able to stay warm by eating. That does seem to make sense. That does seem like it. And okay, so this is how long it's. I think this is. I mean, it's hard to tell unless you're actually doing something. But I think this is long enough to actually be able to do stuff. So the thermal damage hasn't kicked in yet. We're still only... There we go. Okay, so we're dead from oxygen. Okay, so yeah, so that's... I don't know, maybe it could be longer, but it can be longer just by making apples, and then you survive longer. The difference was... also I have to write down that... can be completely for the thermal damage with food thing, and be completely overridden by eating. There we go. Okay. Yeah, so here's the numbers. Here's the numbers that we have. We have the number. Let's eat a steak. Let's see if we can overcome our health thing by eating a steak. Okay. Here's the numbers. We have, if you eat apples and you have no oxygen, then you last 1 minute 40. If you eat nothing, you last 1 minute 5. So that's kind of what happens. So that means, yeah, so that means that, you can extend your thing by 35 seconds. Oh, that would be over 1 minute 40. Eating apples with no oxygen. And it looks like if you eat steak, you actually survive completely. Although our thermal damage has kicked in, which is not as good. But okay. Yeah, so that's looking good, That looks like you can actually manage this. I don't know if you guys have any objections to this balancing of the thermal mod. No, of the hunger mod. But I think we're good to go on that front. So, okay, so the only thing we have left to try is, I wanted to try extreme reactors just to get an idea how they work. So let's go ahead and do that. Let's go ahead and grab our oxygen gear again, thermal padding again, and then let's go ahead and switch. I still don't know why the kill command didn't work. That's really weird. But anyway, game mode 1. There we go. Okay, so we're gonna try a big reactor, a extreme reactor, and see how this works. Can we make it, or can we not make it? That is the question. To make or not to make, that is the question. And we're gonna check on our frame rate again, because this thing can make a big difference to frame rate, apparently. So here we go. Okay, so let's try building something over here. Let's get some reactor parts. We're just going to get the idea how this thing works. So we need a turbine housing, I think it was. Not sure why it says legacy on it, but that's interesting. Reactor controller. So turbine glass. We're gonna get a turbine controller, might be it. Turbine rotor bearing? Wait, no, these are turbines. We want the actual reactor thing, don't we? Reactor controller, there we go. Reactor fuel rod, reactor control rod, might be it. I don't know. Reactor Tesla power tap access port, coolant port. Go for access port. Coolant port, you can put that in. It has a computer port, so we could use it with computer mod there. Reactor redstone port, reactor rednet port. Okay, so these are all turbine stuff. Okay, so that's all turbine stuff. We have some reactor stuff. Oh, reactor casing. Yeah, that's kind of important. Let's move this stuff up here. So reactor casing. We also want reactor glass. There we go. That looks like it should be everything. And an extreme wrench. Nice. Okay, so let's see. Let's get this working and then find out what parts we used and what the recipes are. So let's go for reactor casing. Let's set this up over here. I think I looked at a guide of how to do this. You guys can correct me if you know any better, but I think maybe 3 high might work. The wider that you make it, the more fuel efficient it is, which is going to be a really, really big deal for us. So we're going to need to go pretty wide on this thing. And so that would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's an even number. Let's make this into an odd number. Okay, here we go. And like this, like this. Okay, so 7 in the middle again. I have no idea how much this costs. Let's check the reactor casing. What does this cost? Graphite bars, iron ingots, all that kind of stuff. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We'll need to know what those things cost. How do we make them? Is it possible for us to make them? Let's stop jumping around. Let's go into fly mode. That would be helpful. Break that. And head over here. There we go. Okay. 1, 2. And we're going to put glass in the middle. And I don't know if it has to be a row higher. I think it might be okay like this, though. There has to be some form of coolant. Now, here's a question. Lupus Vanetti, do you happen to know extreme reactors, do they explode? Or is that just a feature of other mods? Because if they explode, we kind of need to put them quite a ways away from our base. So that is an issue. So let's, not sure about that. Not enough control rods. Reactors require at least 1. Wait, did it try forming... Oh, it tried forming the multi-block already? Really? Oh, nice. Okay, so it tells us what's wrong with it. That's nice. So here we go. Okay. Grab some of this. Not enough control rods. Nipsman80 says extreme reactors do not explode. Ooh, that's nice. So we could actually build our base on top of this thing if we wanted to. Okay, so there we go. Let's put in the reactor glass. Actually, reactor glass, what does that cost? Glass and reactor casing. Because here's an interesting thing, is that the reactor glass does a really nice connected textures thing that I couldn't find any other glass for that floor. I was trying to find a thing that would do a smooth connected textures thing, and I think that this does, if I'm not mistaken. Let's see. Yeah, it looks like... Yeah, it does a smooth connected texture, so if we could actually make reactor glass, we could use that as our connected textures thing to have basically invisible glass with the except... No, it doesn't. Never mind. It has markings on this thing, and speaking of which, we need to effect with night vision. There we go, okay. Oh wow, there's a lot of asteroids around that you can see now. Okay then. Nipsonian says glass is optional, can be replaced by casings. That's true. Although I think it only costs a couple pieces of glass and a casing, so I think we might as well go with glass because... Although, can the frame rates improve without glass, or does it still try to render the thing inside without it? That's the question. But if it doesn't make much difference to the frame rates, then glass is actually really, really nice. So we'll go ahead and use that. Okay, in here we're going to want a fuel rod. Okay, we do need a controller, don't we? Controller, yeah, controller, there we go. Put this thing over here, I guess. Whoops. Nope, didn't mean to do that. Not enough control rods. Reactors require at least 1. Oh, control rod. How do you do that? Where's that? Where's the control rod? Reactor control rod. Control rod, there we go. That's nice. Okay, reactor control rod. I'm guessing that goes over top of the fuel thing. Nice, okay. Okay, so we have now got a reactor here. Status is offline. And so we can hit activate. I don't think it's going to do anything because it doesn't have any fuel, though. I don't know how this thing works. So we're going to find out what we need, and then we're going to check what the recipes are. Is it even possible? Oh, wait. Am I, like, speeding it up kind of thing? Or how does this work? Nope, it's doing nothing. Okay. Well, it started like this by default, so let's just try that. It says you need input and output ports. Oh, rod insertion slows down the reaction. Oh, okay, so we don't want it inserted. Input and output. So I guess that would be access port. So access port, let's go for... that's not in the middle. That is not in the middle. Let's move that. And like this, access port. There we go. Okay. Input and output. Let's make this an output port. Okay, now turn it on. Now it has no fuel still. Now I think it requires yellorium ingots for fuel, if I'm not mistaken. Let's try, let's get, what's this? Cyanite, graphite bar, plutonium, yellorium. And it says access is for items. Coolant makes a passive reactor into an active one. And I don't quite understand how that works, but okay. Let's experiment. So yellorium. Now, what do you do to get yellorium? Yellorium block, yellorium ingots. Melt yellorium ore. We can get yellorium dust, yellorium ore dust from ex nihilo. There's no recipe. Excuse me. No recipe on this thing. Is there a recipe mod we're missing? There's got to be an add-on for NEI or something that is a recipe mod. Or chunk. There we go, we can get this one. Yellorium ore chunk, yellorium ore piece. Oh, from dust with a diamond mesh. We're gonna need to set that up in our machine. Dust with a diamond mesh. Okay, I'm gonna write that down as well. We're gonna have to set that up. Okay, whoops, down here. A thinking pack 2 ideas for the next episode. We need to do... add a diamond dust mesh for yellorium. And spelled it wrong. Okay, hang on. Okay, there we go. There we go. Okay, so now I'm assuming that yellorium is what we need to use. So let's go ahead and try this. Input. Oh, so the mode, I guess, is for connecting things to it, because it looks like if you do it manually, you can just do either one. Okay. I don't understand the waste thing, but anyway. Okay, so we now have fuel, so now we should... Okay, we should be able to activate... Okay! Core heat. Heat of the reactor's fuel. High heat raises fuel usage. Okay, so we're using too much fuel right now. We're using 0.28 millibuckets per tick, which is not very good. So, we don't want to use too much. So let's go up here and let's set up some coolant. Now, I saw in videos diamond blocks apparently work. So let's try those. We actually want to get rid of this block of diamond. There we go. And also, it's only the axes out from the core that matter. So let's try this, and let's try this, and this. So those other squares don't matter, but the number of blocks that you have going out from the core matters, apparently. So let's try filling this in now. Now that we have some cooling, because apparently diamond blocks cool it somehow. I don't know though if they have to be connected to actual, they're connected to glass on the outside. I don't know if they have to be connected to actual casing, but okay, let's see. Activate reactor. And, ooh, the core heat is going up very slowly now, so it's working much better. We're using 0.028 millibuckets per tick. Okay, so high heat of the casing raises energy output and coolant conversion. Oh, do I have to actually... Yeah, let's try that. Let's try getting our casing here. And let's try connecting the diamond blocks to the casing block. Wait, what is... It's a different design. That's weird. Okay. So I think it worked, hopefully. On. Ah, there we go. Casing heat is rising. High heat raises energy output. So you can see we're generating a lot more RF per tick. Okay, so this is nice. I don't know which is better, diamond or water, because they both are useful. But, okay. Casing heat, that's nice. Core heat is nice as well. Core heat is actually below the casing heat, which is nice, because core heat is transferred to the casing, and high core heat raises fuel usage, which we don't want. So, casing heat, though, do you know what happens to be the best coolant that we have? Because I think they usually use cryothium or something, which we don't have. But there are a lot of other things that might work. Casing heat 82. Heat of the reactor's casing. High heat raises energy output and coolant conversion. So, okay, so we want high casing heat, low core heat. And we're pretty good on both. Pretty good on both. Core fuel status, what's this? 1.9% depleted, okay. Max capacity, fuel, waste total, okay. Interesting, and we're filling the energy buffer. So we're generating 484 RF per tick with this thing at the moment. Now here's the thing. Here's the thing is that the nice thing with this reactor... so it's 483. We actually... Okay, this reactor is passively cooled and generates energy directly from the heat of its core. So are you saying if I add water, then it will make it an active cooled reactor? Or how does that work? Because what we really need, 482 is not actually enough. We actually need, what was it? I think it was like 2,000, close to 2,000 for the machine that we're trying to run right now. So we're going to need quite a lot more. Now I don't know if we just simply increase the size of this thing, if it'll work. I know you can increase the height, but I think the width might work. Let's see. So let's try changing coolant first. So we're getting... Oh, this is stabilizing. So 0.027 millibuckets per tick. Okay, so 0.027 of fuel. And we want... Oh, so how long will that actually last? That's the first thing, is will we produce enough fuel? So this will last for times 20. So 0.027 times 20, so half an ingot per second. Aye, that's a lot. Half an ingot per second, especially when you consider how much does it cost to make these things. What's this do? Nothing. How much does it cost to make these things? It's a 1% drop chance from dust. Ay, 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 ay. So this means this will be running our dust section as well as the hammers for all 3 sections to get this, so it's going to be using a lot of power and generating at a 1% chance of getting this, and then this would be a 1/4% chance, and then we can probably double it at this point, so maybe a 1/2% chance, so 0.5% chance of getting a yellorium ingot, and we're using them at 1 per second. No, 1/2 per second, so 1 every 2 seconds. So, yes, okay, so that is not very good. We're gonna need to make this a whole lot more fuel efficient and produce a whole lot more power, because this still isn't producing enough. So let's actually fix this. So let's just first try actually replacing the coolant. Is diamond the best thing? Or is it good to basically use water? This might work. I think that's... Do you guys know what else you can use for coolant for these things? That is a question. I do think, though, that I can create an infinite water source. That would be nice. Down here. Okay, there we go. Break these. And break these. Okay, let's create an infinite water source in the corner. And then we should be able to fill the whole thing. No, there's a way where you can actually get it to fill the whole thing. How do you, what? Why didn't it do, sometimes you do a thing and it just, like, fills in the whole thing with water. That's weird. Okay, we're trying to make the whole thing into an infinite source. Oh, there we go, we got a bunch of it. We got a bunch more. We got a bunch more. We got a bunch more. Nice. Okay, okay, okay. A little bit more. We've got some more sections over here that have nothing. Oh, there we go. Okay, now we just need to repair the roof that we conveniently damaged completely. Well, not completely, but mostly. And fill this in. There we go. One more row, and now we have a reactor once again. Okay, so, time to go in here and see. Oh, is it actually on? No, it's not. It's slowing down. Okay, we're gonna actually, whoops, make a mess apparently. We're gonna actually replace this so that our energy buffer is not as full. Oh, apparently it keeps the energy buffer. Where does it keep this energy buffer? Apparently it's not in the controller. Is it in the fuel rod thing here? This would be, where'd the fuel rod go? Hang on. Reactor fuel rod, but we're looking for reactor control rod. This might be where it stores its values. Let's see. Wait, what's that? Name. Oh, you can name the reactors? Oh, okay. So that's got no. Apparently, okay. So I don't know where it actually stores its values for this reactor thing. It says you can have more than one fuel rod. Yeah. Huh, interesting. Okay, time to activate. Okay, so, yeah, high heat raises fuel usage. So, basically, water's not what we want. We want diamond. Is probably the best thing that, at least that I know of. And we're making under 300 RF per tick. Okay, so let's switch this back to diamond. We don't need to actually remove all the water because it's only these ones here that make a difference. And then I'm gonna actually look up what do we use to run this reactor, to cool it specifically. Okay, reactor glass, reactor glass, reactor glass, reactor glass. Nice. And here we go, okay. So now this thing runs. Nice. Actually, we don't need... Hang on. We don't need a huge, massive reactor because... this assumes it has a huge, huge energy buffer. We don't actually need to have... Okay, I'm just thinking this through, that our machine to produce materials uses materials at a massive rate, uses energy at like 2,000 RF per tick or so, something like that. We don't actually need to produce that. If we have 1 million in, is that 1 million? 10 million in storage. Let's see, and let's see, assume we double our machine. So 10 million in storage divided by, let's say, 4,000 per tick. That's a lot of ticks divided by 20 per second. 125 seconds we could run the machine for the doubled version. The regular version, seconds, and divided by 60 seconds in a minute. So 4 minutes we could run our machine for with this buffer. So it's pretty okay. Yeah, you can have more than one fuel rod. That would produce more stuff, but we're still using too much fuel. So I'm gonna try actually expanding this thing a little bit. So let's do that. Let's go over to let's try by 5 blocks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this is as far out as we want to be. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're gonna expand it pretty big, so about 10 blocks all the way around. 2, 3, 4, 5 as an experiment. Okay, so time to fill this in. The frame, the outside of the frame needs to be this reactor casing stuff, but then you can use glass for the rest of it. Now this thing, you can make reactors that are huge, absolutely huge. I think it was like 32 by 32. The videos that I saw actually crashed the mod when you did that. We're not doing that big. But yeah, so we're gonna do only, what would this be? This would be whatever we have there, plus 10 all the way around. Okay. This actually is where a fill command would have been very helpful. So I'm guessing it doesn't matter if we have extra spikes of that stuff in it. Actually, we do need to do the floor, don't we? Okay, yeah, let's do the floor. Let's do a fill command for the floor. Let's do that. Let's go over here and let's fill 10 blocks with the reactor casing, which is that. Okay, so slash fill. Lipsonate says, here's a simulator for big reactors. The original mod, the ER is a fork of. Oh, simulator. There's also the FTB wiki, which has a lot of maths. Okay, I'll take a look at that in a second. Fill where we are plus 10. And we want it to go below our feet. And where we are plus 10. And then that would be the same place. And then we're going to fill it with big reactors. Reactor. Yep. Make that casing. Okay. There we go. Did a slash fill. It filled in a large area. How much are we missing? We're missing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, so let's go for 7. Bigger. Okay, 7 bigger, so that would be 17 instead of 10. Like this. There we go. We now have a massive reactor. And we should be able to actually do the same thing up a bit. 1, 2, oh, hang on. Okay, so right here, we want this to be glass, but if we, okay, so reactor casing, we'll do that, and then we'll go in here, and then we'll actually replace, we'll cut it down by 2. This slash fill stuff is very, very nice. So cut this down to 15 because we don't want to change the frame, we want to change just the middle. Yeah, change it to glass. Reactor glass. There we go. And this is nice. Okay. And let's change the inside to air. So up a little bit. To air. Come on, one more letter. There we go. Air. Nice. Okay. So now we've cleared the inside. Okay, so now what we can do is we can set this up. Diamond blocks seem to actually be very, very, very good. So I'm guessing this is about the middle. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, 7, 8. Okay, we're not an odd number. I think we need to be an odd number, so let's actually clear this. This is positive Z. So, positive Z... hang on, this would be this, and then positive Z would be 17. There we go, that would be air, and then we need to do it again, and then we need to do it again. There we go. Okay, and now we need to fill in the frame with glass. So this needs to be reactor casing. The item things are called big reactors, because that's what this came from. Huh, that's interesting. Big reactors / reactor casing. There we go, so we put that in. Actually, we do need to go down here first. Let's just make the edge casing. So here we go, casing, and then this should be casing as well. There we go. So we've got the edges good to go. I think we've got the edges good to go, right? This edge is not good to go. Okay, so are we in the middle yet? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Okay, and this should be 15. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. And then this should be the wall. So we'll need to clear this. Clear. Whoops, that would be the wrong direction. Okay, hang on, let's change our Z. Our X. Oh, Livestream says, I wonder if the RedNet port still works. Interesting. It should allow you to control the reactor via computer craft. There is a computer port, is that helpful? Or, wait. Which number are we? Okay, we need, yeah, this, okay, I got it here. There is a computer port. Is that what the computer craft thing uses? Or not? Okay, yeah, so we're good to go. So now we need to fill this with casing. That side looks good, so we'll just need to stand here and fill this with big reactors. Reactor casing, and then jump up here. Okay, reactor casing again. There we go. So we now have a fully filled, sizable. What happened here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. This is not supposed to be there. Okay, so, yeah, so let's get rid of this. Go back to this, and, oh yeah, air. There we go, and get rid of this as well. And then we'll need to fill in this part over here. Fill this in with big reactor casing. Vicinity says computer port seems to be the internal name, RedNet was the display one. Oh, okay. Big reactors. Not cyanide. Reactor casing. Okay, there we go. And then we need to do it for the other way too. This should be change the Z to the X. 17X. There we go. That should be a fully sized multi-block. Oh, that needs to go. And the rest looks good. We do need to put the stuff in the middle, so the middle should be right about here if we were to guess. Okay, so in here, this is the middle, and then we will do this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Alright, that's the middle. And then is it the middle on the x-axis as well? We'll find out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Alright. So this is looking good. So we can just go ahead and put in the extra things that we need, and then we'll be good to go. We'll put in a reactor controller. We'll put in a reactor fuel rod and put in a fuel control rod thing. There we go. Okay, and fill in this, and then we need to put the controller on as well. Not enough controllers, requires at least one. Okay, yes, thank you very much. I know that. Yes, we know that. We know that. We know that. Okay. And reactor controller. And there is a reactor. And it's still appears to be doing something. Still got some heat and was still generating energy. That's weird. Okay, yeah, so now we need to do a access port and access port. Make one of these into output. Okay, this is looking good. Okay, so now, how well does this work with it being so much bigger? Run! We had about 700, I think, RF before. Ooh, the casing heat. High heat raises energy output and coolant conversion. Okay, so we're not actually... This is weird. We're not actually using any more millibuckets per tick. And we're not generating very much power. Is it because our coolant isn't good enough? Or... how does this work? This is weird. Okay, yeah. Well, let's try adding a fuel rod. We don't really want to use too much power. So this might actually take a while to balance when we actually go to do the thing. Oh, yes, I think, because the way that the guy said to do it, I think was like this. Where you put this down here, put in a fuel rod like that, and then one like this, I think. Let's go for 4 of them, because why not? And put in a control rod, control rod, control rod, control rod. There we go. There we go. It says more fuel rods for more power. That's true. At the same time, more fuel rods for quicker fuel usage, I'd guess. Let's try this. Activate reactor. Ooh, the core heat is... the casing heat. Ooh. Is that because we have that core in the middle that's not connected to coolant? Let's see. Let's just replace this with reactor glass and see. Oh, actually, let's replace it with block of diamond and reactor glass. There we go. Let's see. Activate reactor. Oh, what? How is this possible? We add more fuel rods. Are they all running? Okay, this one's running. Yeah, so... but what we see here is that we're using a lot less. 0.009 instead of 0.003 thing. Although we did forget something. No, we didn't. We still have diamond there properly. Okay. Well, that's interesting. And that changes... I don't know why... So we're producing less power, it seems like. We need to actually check on the waste, I think. What does it do with the waste? That's weird. But, yeah, we're not actually generating more power, which is really weird. But we are using a lot less fuel. Oh, the thing is add more fuel, I think. Oh, yeah, that could be. That could be. Let's try that. Input port. Put the fuel in. There we go. Let's see. Ah, there we go. Yes! Thank you, sir. That's very smart. Indeed. And now we're using a whole lot more fuel. And we're producing, whoa, 1.75 thousand RF per tick. That's nice. That's very nice. The millibucket usage is not so nice. But that's okay. Alright, Lupzane says, at a guess, not all of the fuel rods had fuel. Yeah, that's quite possible. That makes a lot of sense. Oh, but, higher levels of radiation reduce fuel burnup. That's interesting. So I wonder if we put in an extra one in the middle. This would be very, very well radiated because it's surrounded by all the other cores. So let's try this. Put that in. And we're going to want to add some more fuel, I think. Nope, we have some fuel. Okay, and... activate reactor. Okay. Oh, so our radiation level is going up because we have that extra rod in the middle. And, okay, so, we're not transferring heat very well. But we are producing... Actually, hang on. I don't think our millibucket usage really went up much. I don't think it went up much. And we have a whole lot more power being generated. That's nice. That's very, very nice. If the core heat could be lowered. Although, it says high heat raises fuel usage. Does that just count when you basically hit, like, the upper levels, or...? I don't know. But anyway, so how much fuel would we be using there? That would be 0.3. Wait, this is millibuckets. Is that like ingots? So is like 1 ingot 1 bucket? So if it is, then so that would be 0.034. 0.034 millibuckets per tick. So that many ingots. I don't know. It's starting to feel very hot in here, so it's probably about time to end. But we wanted to find out one thing in particular, and that particular thing is... Okay, I'm just actually going to take a screenshot of this. There we go. Yes, so basically the thing that we wanted to find out is specifically what does it cost to make this thing? Obviously, a lot of blocks of diamond is going to cost a lot of diamonds. That is to be expected. But what we're specifically looking at is how much does it cost to make a reactor this size? Of all the other materials, can we even get these materials? That's the question. That's the main question. So, let's check. Reactor fuel rod, of course, is very necessary. Glass we can get. Iron we can get. Yellorium we will be able to get once we set up our infrastructure for it. We've got graphite over here. Oh, coal in a furnace. We can get that. Okay. So yellorium we will be able to get, which means we will be able to get reactor fuel rods. Next, we need this thing, whatever this is. This would be a reactor control rod. That would be reactor casing. Graphite we know we can get. Redstone we have. Yellorium we will be able to get. Pistons we can get. There's just the reactor casing in this recipe. And reactor casing. Iron ingots we have. Graphite we can get because it comes from coal in a furnace. And then reactor casing core. And the reactor casing core. Gold, iron, graphite, and redstone. Okay, so what it looks like. So that's the casing. Let's check the glass. Casing and glass. Okay, that'll work. What about access port? Let's see. Reactor casing, iron, chest, hopper, piston. We can get all those things. So, okay. So, what about, yeah, we know we can get, what about reactor controller? Yellorium, diamond, and reactor casing. And a comparator. Ooh. Okay, oddly enough, the comparator might be the most difficult part of this thing. Redstone comparator. We need quartz, specifically. Nether quartz we get from sifting soul sand, which we don't have. What about pure nether quartz? Drop a nether quartz seed made from nether quartz dust and sand into a puddle of water. Okay, so what about nether quartz seed? Quartz. Nether quartz seed. Let's try, seed. There we go. Nether quartz seed. Okay. Recipe nether quartz dust comes from nether quartz. Unsurprisingly. Okay, so this might be an issue. How do we get soul sand? I guess would be our only option. How do we get such a thing? Okay, so that would come from. Okay, this is getting really odd. Wait, compressor. Galacticraft core. We can compress rotten flesh, sand, fermented spider eye. I don't think we can get rotten flesh because we don't have monsters on, which is interesting. Fermented spider eye, you use a spider eye, which we don't have either. I think the only way to get rotten flesh is if we go to the overworld and try getting, if we go into the overworld, we go into a chest in a mine shaft or something that happens to have this. If anyone says, looks like diamond blocks are your best coolants for passive reactors. Okay. Active reactors, you need some way of pumping water, I think. Do we have any pumps in this pack? That's the question. Let's just check how to make soul sand. Red sand, stone barrel, witch waters, mycelium and water, or ancient spores and water. Ancient spores come from sifting dirt. Okay, so it's a little weird, but we can get it. I don't know how to get mycelium, but we can get ancient spores. So that might be necessary. How do we get dirt? Oh yeah, we have a thing you can put, like, compost things in. Oh, we have plenty of saplings. Actually, that might be good. We could actually do this. Oopsini's plethora should allow you to pipe the steam and water for active reactors. Oh, really? That should be good. So how much does an active reactor make a difference? I guess we can figure that out some other time. But at the moment, it is about... Well, over the time of doing the streams, the temperature rises, so it's about 31 degrees in here now. So it's about time to end the stream, unfortunately, but hopefully you guys enjoyed this. I will see if I can get the time to finish updating this pack and get it properly out. And then if we can get it properly out, then we can actually get this reactor thing up and running in our mod pack, get our machine properly running, and be good to go. That's the idea. So hopefully you guys enjoyed the live stream, and see you guys next week.